1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. Before commencing Before commencing this broadcast, Gameface would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land of which we broadcast from today. We pay our respects to elders, past and present. We would also like to acknowledge any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people present with us during this broadcast. Good afternoon and welcome to Ford Park, Ivanhoe. Another big weekend of football on this Sunday for the Yarra Junior Football League. And we've got under 15s and under 16s. The under 15 ones, the unbeaten Camberwell Sharks, coached by former AFL star with Hawthorn and Carlton, Dan Harford. And an interesting day too, because he started his junior career with the team they're playing, St Mary's Greensborough. And that has been a fertile breeding ground for a lot of AFLW and AFL players, including Blake Carosella, Dan Harford, as I mentioned, and the former #1 draft pick, Matt Cruiser, just to name a few. And the Camberwell Sharks have had Jamie McMillan, Darcy Byrne-Jones, Dom Tyson, and current Melbourne star Adam Tomlinson. So Dan Harford's son, William, one of the players out there today for the Camberwell Sharks. So we're about to get underway. And should be an interesting day. Heard Dan Harford go through his pre-match address, all about contested footy. It's on like Donkey Kong. The team's, as I say, unbeaten so far, but St Mary's a pretty strong team as well and a very good comp. It's been described this under 15 Division 1. Beverly Hills, I've seen them a couple of times under ex-North Melbourne and Fitzroy player Brett Chandler. And they're a good side too. So we should see a high-quality game of football this afternoon. Then later on today, it's all for Province Mitre 10, mighty helpful Province Mitre 10. Our major sponsor, we've got an under 16 ones clash. I saw them last week, Hawthorn Citizens. They were a bit down on manpower, but they take on St Mary's as well. So double header of St Mary's Greensborough, a very famous club in the old Diamond or Doncaster District Junior Football League, now Yarra Junior Football League. So we're about to get started, and we look forward to a good day's footy. Our scoreboard sponsor today, as it generally is every week, is Woodard's Real Estate of Manningham in East Doncaster. The siren is sounded and away we go. And winning it down for St Mary's is David Akui, whose brother plays for the Carlton VFL team. And they have an opportunity for possession at half-back now, St Mary's, and with the ball is Commandor. Commandor kicks towards half forward and they're heading towards the southern end, St Mary's, but picked up by Camberwell. The Sharks have it at half-back, a daisy-cutting kick now as they go in front of the commentary position, and a good mark taken on the wing and completed on this occasion by Lewis McNeil for the Sharks. Kicks inside 50 towards the Social Club Room's end of the ground. It slips to the back to William Harford. He lost it, regained it, lost it again. Ball's 20 metres out from goal. Number of players go after the footy, unable to get it. And then there's a shot at goal as a loose ball came out the back to Harry Rolliston, and it ends up being a behind. The first score on the board, 1 behind to nothing, and that's on the Woodard's Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard. So it's back into play. And St Mary's with the footy. They go long to the outer side of the ground. And the mark is completed at half-back. Now play on quickly. Kick it high towards the wing. Number of players in pursuit. It goes towards the boundary. It's kept alive momentarily. Getting a hand pass, but then taken into tackle is Ryan in for St Mary's. And now they end up with the footy and they float a kick very close to the boundary. Not able to keep it in for St Mary's, and it goes out of bounds. Your boundary throwing. And in fact, out of bounds on the forward, and it'll be taken by Hugo Schiffer. He's got the footy just underneath the scoreboard on the outer side. Kicks it high towards the wing, but St Mary's able to cut it off. Half forward on the outer side, inboard ball. They play on quickly, but then the player loses control of it, trying to get around an opponent. The Sharks hassle hard, but he wins it back again, and that's good footy by Jack Stone. He regained his composure, regained his footing, and managed to hit a target on the wing on the outer side. Floating ball towards half forward, through the fingers of the Sharks, and they recover across half back. They've got loose men if they can deliver the football out. Taken now by Ben Ross, who started in 39, but he had the jumper clean this morning, left it in the bottom of his bag and had forgotten about it until his mum's just brought it here now, and eventually turned over to Jack Stone again. Kicks to an open goal square for St Mary's at the southern end, racing back and putting it through for a behind of the Sharks. And it's 1 behind apiece on the Woodard's Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard.
Province Mitre 10, mighty helpful Province Mitre 10, our major sponsor. And it'll be inbounded by the player that paddled it through, Brock Horsford, playing in defence for the Camberwell Sharks. Great to hear Daniel Harford in his pre-match speech. Also coaching Carlton's AFLW team. High kick towards the wing, fisted down. Getting a decent fist on that was Amin for St Mary's, but now coming the other way with the spillage at the Sharks, but they couldn't take it cleanly. Jack Stone's been good so far, weaving in and out of tackles, and he finds Armin who takes the mark at right half forward for St Mary's. He's a left footer. He'll go and board and honour a lead, and the mark is completed. Long way from goal by Tom Eames. Eames now is trying to get a shepherd from Stone. He kicks to half forward and a good mark on the second attempt, taken by his teammate, and that is Lucas Green. Green gets the hand pass out, and receiving it on the outside is Dugdale. Dugdale kicks long to the goal square, but good defence by the Sharks. One behind a piece. The defence is on top at the moment. High kick towards the outer side of the ground, and trying to keep it alive is Will Harford of the Sharks, and he might have put that out of bounds on the full. He has. Picked up again, grabbing hold. Floating ball, couldn't hold on to the mark is Harford, close to the boundary, and it's kept alive again, getting a little hand pass out as Dugdale. Didn't quite find the target for St Mary's, but they recover again. And Eames has been good so far. Charges out of defence for the Camberwell Sharks. Does it David Dench of 40 years ago, the former North Melbourne fullback. And then gets a hand pass out and the Sharks chip a kick towards the wing. Bouncing ball, attacking it hard. Gio Rassimo for St Mary's, but coming the other way and picking the footy up as McCorkle. He kicks the Sharks inside 50. Falls in the lap of Rolliston. Bouncing ball by Rolliston to an open goal. Misses to the left-hand side of behind. We've played just over 5 minutes on the Woodards Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard. Good to have all our sponsors here today, and a new sponsor today. Best on ground will be the 15 Pounds Cafe in Fairfield. We'll win that award today. Great to have them on board. Back into play Eames. Kicks to the half-back flank. His teammate completes the mark and plays on immediately. It's Commandeur. Commandeur kicks towards Dugdale, who marks just behind the wing. Dugdale kicks towards Green, went up one-handed, couldn't complete the mark, paddles to his own advantage. He's got support on the outside. He elects to go and board zigzag inside and kick inside 50. Armind drops the mark from the floating ball. The defence of Camberwell pretty good. The umpire's picking out a free kick, saying when Armind tried to take the mark, he was held on to by Horsford, and he'll collect that free kick 45 from goal directly in front. Scoreboard says 5 behinds to 1 behind. There's 2 behinds, but we'll check it shortly. Armin on the left. Kicks straight through the footy. It's a good-looking kick. It's off hands, and it goes through for a behind. 2 behinds apiece on the Woodards Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard. Go and see Stars the Agimus and the team. Back into play, Horsford on the left, high ball towards the wing. And there might have been a front-on spoil there. There was. Against the Sharks, it'll go the way of St Mary's to be taken by Commodore. Commodore gets the ball towards half forward. Picked up now, left foot kick, inside 50, on the left. And it came from the boot of Arnell. And then there might be a free kick going the Sharks' way. Under some pressure in the last line of defence at the moment. Ben Ross will take that free kick as he slides it wide underneath the scoreboard on the outer side. But they turn it over once more. Commodore's there again, marking for St Mary's. Delivers a half-distance pass in short. Picked up on the half volley by Arnell again. And his pass finds a target. They're lowering the eyes nicely. Picking out targets left, right and centre. And a mark at centre half forward. For St Mary's, a shot at goal. And it's a goal, the first goal of the day. Chris Bennett has kicked that goal. And it's 1-2-8 to 2 behinds on the Woodards Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard. And that's a nice start by St Mary's, who've dominated so far against the undefeated top of the table Sharks. They've had certainly more of the balls inside 50. They get another clearance, knocked on by the man who's been probably best on ground so far, Jack Stone. And he has an opportunity with Dugdale, the two blondies, to combine and feed out a long, long hand pass on the left. Getting the ball inside 50 is Arnell, and he finds a target again there, spotting up targets nicely. Kicks into the man on the mark, though, as the defence of the Sharks hold up nicely. Ferguson, big fellow, picks it up for the Sharks, but he turns it over again. And there's a mark by Dugdale on the edge of the 50, left half forward on the outer side of the ground. He hoists the ball towards the goal square. No one can take the mark. Stone was underneath it for St Mary's. Spills to the back. They have a chance to pick it up. Player might have been taken high. Bennett, he might get a free kick here. Or is it going to be deemed a goal? It might be deemed a goal for an advantage. It will be. Nice snap. And 2 goals on the board for St Mary's. 2-2-14 to 2 behinds on the Woodards Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard. So they've made a good start here, St Mary's, up against the Sharks. They've just got 18 players, the Sharks, and St Mary's have got enough as well. Some of the clubs have struggled to field a full team in recent weeks. Stone at the drop. Couldn't win the footy from a Kiwi, and it's turned over by the Sharks. Nice hand pass comes out. They look to drive the ball towards half forward. Getting in the way, though, is Eames. He's been okay so far. Floats a long hand pass out to Arnell. Another busy play for St Mary's. Spiral punts a kick inside 50. Mark wasn't completed down there. Attempting to take the mark was Hind. It was a hard mark to judge. Did well, though, to try and soccer the ball clear. Now gets it towards the edge of the centre square. Taken by Harford. He shakes the tackle. Harford tumble punting the ball towards half forward now for the Sharks. Picked up on the half volley. Good hand pass on the outside, taken by Keeley in the helmet. Keeley wobbles a little ball inside 50. Push forward again. Overrunning it is Detroit. And eventually the defence of St Mary's managed to clear it. A couple of kicks were almost run down. Hurry ball, though, intercepted. Setting a wall up now is McCorkle. McCorkle, a high kick, long to full forward. But no one back for the Sharks to take advantage of that. Good defence by St Mary's, last line of defence. They headed towards the outer side of the ground. Good defence provided by Harford. Meant that they had to go and board and they turn it over. But then a great tackle just as they were heading into an open goal. In fact, the tackle's in the back. I thought the tackle was a really good one on that occasion by Gio Serrano. But the free kick will go to Edward Keeley in the back, right forward pocket for the Sharks. Lewis McNeil also been quite busy for the Sharks so far. So shot at goal here for Keeley. The first one for Camberwell on the left. It's a wobbly kick off the boot. Goes across the face, but doesn't matter. Marking it just near the behind line. One of the taller players for Camberwell, Oscar Armstrong, takes the mark. He looked to hook this around the body and be a candidate for our goal of the day for Grange Meat Company, just down the road here in Fairfield. And he goes across the face and just sneaks it through for a behind at the social club room's end of the ground. 3 behinds for Camberwell, 2-2-14 for St Mary's, and just less than 8 minutes remaining in the opening quarter on the Woodards Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard. Proven's Mitre 10, Mighty Helpful Mitre 10 is our major sponsor today. Good kick out. Mark was dropped by Commandor, but he gets it on the spillage, and then he turns it over at half back. So the Sharks a chance to drive it forward now. They're at half forward. They go inside 50, looking for someone to mark, but a nice defensive mark again by St Mary's. And then they look to try and switch it, but almost intercepted by Harford. Slips now to Dugdale. It's been good for St Mary's. Curls a little kick around the body. Hits the target there nicely of Amind. Amind now plays on quickly on the left. Kicks a kick inside 50. Mark not completed. They keep the ball inside 50. St Mary's, they do pretty well. at ground level, fossicking hard for the footy. Not able to get it out is Covarello, and in the end, it's a free kick against him, and it'll go Camberwell's way. Their defence holding up okay. They trail by 11 points. They slide it wide. Hugo Schiffer takes the footy, goes in short again. McCorkle couldn't take the mark, was spoilt. He might win it at ground level after getting the hand pass back. Amin was in the road, so he throws it on the boot to the commentary position. Keeley up, couldn't take the mark. Bursting through, Keeley goes in again. They fight hard at ground level, and it's thrown up in front of our commentary position. Going in really hard for the Sharks was Hamish Kenny. And he was met the other way by Tom Eames, who's been prominent for St Mary's so far. Cooey wins it down at the Rove, getting a good hand pass. Eames, good hand pass again. He's been great stone to Dugdale on the inside. Kicks inside 50. That's wonderful footy by St Mary's. Great release from the contest. And in the end, they pick out a target. Jack Parkinson marks on his chest at centre half forward. Just winning the stoppages at the moment and the clearances. St Mary's, that's why they hold the 11-point buffer. With just under 6 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Game faces first match of the day in the YJFL. Wobbly ball off the side of the boot. And just carries through for a behind at the Ivanhoe end here at Ford Park South. 2-3, 15 to 3 behinds, and even 2-goal spread. So it'll be kicked back into play by Brock Horsford. And he will favour the outer side of the ground and the sunshine on the left. Long penetrating ball, no mark taken. It's at ground level. Ball's just on 50. Emerging with it and going backwards. Akui takes the mark now for St Mary's and delivers to half forward, and there's a mark. Hand pass at close quarters. Not really ready for it was Eames. He dishes it off again. Hurried ball inside 50. Camberwell get the numbers back. Stone makes a good contest for St Mary's. Look to keep it inside 50. Amin wins the footy. Back to Stone. He darts out of trouble. Backtracking. Kicks a high ball towards the goal square. Great mark taken by St Mary's. Beating two opponents. Candidate for mark of the day. And the mark completed by, and it was an excellent mark by Jack Parkinson. Our mark of the day for the seafood station. One of our great sponsors as part of the YJFL, and Augustus Gelatieri on board, the best gelati in town. And he will go for the banana, and he didn't get enough on it, and it floats through for a behind. So their lead is 13 points, close to quarter time. 2-4-16 St Mary's, Camberwell Sharks 3 behinds. Got a very good Auskick program down at St Mary's, which is just based across the road from the big shopping centre there. The heart of the Banyule City Council. High kick towards the half-back flank. Camberwell take a good strong mark through Hamish Kenny. Kenny plays on quickly on the left. Delivers it nicely. And a good mark taken by Ed Keeley. Keeley dishes the hand pass off. McCorkle runs himself into trouble. Still gets boot to ball. Bouncing ball towards half forward, but cut off by Dugdale at half back. He's tagged in a tackle. Feeds a hand pass out, which isn't taken cleanly by Green. Has a chance to mop up and then get a hand pass to a teammate who's with him in Commodore, who turns opponents inside out, then tries to hit a teammate in Eames. Can't. Helped at ground level. Eames, I should say, was the player that received the ball from Arnell after he couldn't take the mark. Then gets the hand pass out on the outside. Good play by Gioserano. He went for the little centering ball to Akui. He feeds a hand pass over the top. And St Mary's now have the footy again. High kick inside 50. Over the head of Parkinson. He leads in pursuit close to the boundary. And it should go out of bounds, and does, near the scoreboard. 2-4-16 to 3 behinds. And it'll be thrown back into play. 13-point lead for St Mary's. Inside the last 3 minutes of the opening quarter. They've done most of the attacking. To the Ivanhoe end, Akui for St Mary's, wins it down again. Ball's at ground level, number of players milling around the contest. Hand pass comes out, getting a hurried boot to ball now is Schiffer. Down the line for Camberwell, comes back again. Dugdale's been outstanding, as is this man who fills a hole, Tom Eames at centre half forward. Dugdale, Eames, Stone, Arnell among their best four so far, and all in contention, even though we're only into the first quarter of the best on ground for the 15 Pounds Cafe in Fairfield. So Kenny kicked their third goal. Tom Eames at centre half forward for St Mary's. 52 metres out, a high kick. It floats left with the breeze. Another behind. So they've had 7 scoring shots to 3. They're 2-5, 17 to 3 behind on the Woodards Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard. Go and see Stassi Artemis and the team. And if you're involved with a YJFL team, of which he was for many years at Beverly Hills, and you're looking to sell your property, and you list it with Woodards, there'll be a cash bonus once the sale is complete for your junior football club in the Yarra Junior Football League. Same if you are going to rent your property out. What a deal that is. Boundary throw-in at half-back for the Sharks. Having trouble clearing their defensive 50 at the moment into the breeze. Although Dan Harford wouldn't be too disappointed. They've only conceded 2 goals. Arnell goes back and hits Stone on the chest. They're going defensive from the stoppage with the hand pass of St Mary's, and then they're trying to find a target, and it's working. Good kick inside 50. Spills to the back. Getting a hurried boot to ball was Covarello, and then it was run down, and coming out of defence now is Camberwell, the player, trying to run out of defence, runs into trouble, stopped like he was shot, didn't know what to do when he saw opponents around him, Hugo Schiffer, and he drops the footy and gives away the free kick to Lucas Green. Green gets the hand pass off to Eames. Eames kicks inside 50, again a wayward kick, which finds the boundary line right beside the behind post at the Ivanhoe end, deep into attack. So almost quarter time. So not sure how strong that breeze is at the Ivanhoe end, but somewhere between 2 to 3 goals. So Daniel Harford might be quite happy that they've only conceded 2 goals so far. The boundary throw-in didn't hit the target. Bounced in front of Arnell, who wasn't the ruckman. Big Ferguson is the tallest man out there for the Sharks. He's not involved either. Toss back into play. Socked by McCorkle, still inside defensive 50. He tried to clear it for Camberwell. St Mary's have it again, squeezing kick right across the face. There could be one last opportunity here for a shot at goal. And it's a floating kick that hits the behind post. It's out of bounds on the full, and it came from the boot of the busy Arnell. So quarter time, thanks to Provins Mitre 10, mighty helpful Provins Mitre 10. St Mary's 2-5-17 leading the Camberwell Sharks 3 behinds. We'll take a break and be back with the second quarter shortly. Get your game face on.
Hi everyone, it's Tim from Growth Syndicates Australia, and we're financial transformation specialists. Our clients are eliminating their mortgage in a much shorter period of time, creating more wealth and boosting their super. This is all done without impacting their lifestyle. Sounds amazing? Well, let me explain a little bit about the GSA Advantage. With clients all around Australia and a head office located in Elsternwick, our team of very experienced professionals enable unique and exclusive property investment opportunities through wholesale investing for clients to achieve specific outcomes. Our current projects are located in Brighton, Malvern East, Kew, Glen Iris and Mont Albert North. It all starts with a friendly phone discussion to then arrange a meeting to provide you with a clear picture on what GSA achieves for our clients, and with no charge or obligation, see where these results can apply to you. So check us out at growthsyndicatesaustralia.com. Give us a call on 1300 205 556. I'd love to have a catch-up coffee with you at your place or our office. See where GSA can improve your financial position.
G'day to all the Yarra Junior Football League clubs. Gameface is excited to be back in the YJFL again in 2022. And we're here to tell you about how you can get involved in all the great things we have to offer this year. Starting off with our popular digital media services packages. Let Gameface take care of your social media packages with engaging content posted directly to your channels on your behalf. Content will consist of action photography from Frankie, which will bring player profiles, game day promos, motion graphics and more to the next level. Take advantage of a professional media day which puts your players in the spotlight for video content throughout the season. Road Crew will see our team out and about on training nights and game days, interviewing your players and giving your club exposure on social media. Sponsor videos are a great way to show appreciation to your partners, whether posting the ads on Facebook or using the videos to promote them in the club rooms. Recognise your award winners and milestone gamers with poster designs. Printing is also available for a memorable recognition piece. Select a package which includes Game Day Vision, and your club will receive 2 games filmed siren to siren with a highlights package to get everyone excited and engaged with your sponsors. And finally, our very popular live stream broadcasts. Along with our weekly broadcasts at YJFL HQ Ford Park, if you become part of the Game Face family, we'll set up the broadcast team for a live stream day at your club, featuring all the live action for 2 consecutive games with full play-by-play commentary and on-screen graphics. Rotate parents, players or sponsors onto the broadcast for interviews and special comments, and make this the day that your club is up in lights. Select a package that fits your club's needs. Inquire with us today to find out how you can get any of our services for your club in season 2022. And get your Game Face on.
In life,
you have to play by the rules. Fit in.
don't be too thin.
Or too bulky.
You have to be perfect.
Try harder. Go faster.
Know your limits.
Calm down.
You shouldn't be doing that.
Wearing that.
Eating that.
Suck it up. Suck it in.
Boys don't cry.
Girls don't fight.
You can't do that.
You watch this.
There's no right way.
No wrong way.
Only your way.
Anybody.
Anytime.
Welcome back to Ford Park South, and thanks to Hugo Schiffer's mum and Jack Parkinson's dad for giving me the updated numbers as well. So we'll endeavour to get them all right in this second quarter. So Camberwell Sharks, 3 behinds. St Mary's 2-5-17, thanks to Proven's Mitre 10. Mighty helpful, Proven's Mitre 10. We thank the clubs in general. It's never easy. To get the team sheets, not knowing if everyone's going to turn up in these difficult times. The Sharks might get a clearance here as they're going with the wind in this quarter, but emerging with the footy is Dugdale. He goes defensively by hand to Eames, and then getting a hurried kick out of the pack on this occasion is Commandors. Had a bit of the footy. Didn't quite get the distance in the kick that he was requiring on that occasion. Sharks might have the footy, and receiving a hand pass just outside the pack is Ben Ross. He's got his 24 jumper after his mum washed it very quickly early this afternoon. And now St Mary's chip the balls, they turn it over. Stone has been good, breaks a couple of tackles, breaks another tackle, but the third one he twisted into a tackle and has been penalised. No, he got one high. Free kick, wing out of side, high ball, kicks towards half forward, bouncing football, and picked up at the back by Schiffer, and he puts it out of bounds on the full. On the outer side, 17-3, 14-point lead. And they go back inside 50 St Mary's, but a good defensive mark taken by the Sharks in the outer back pocket as they defend at the new social club room's end of the ground. High hoisting ball towards the wing, slips to the back. Keeley gets a hand pass out for the Sharks, but handballs back into traffic. Arnell taken maybe without the football, lost control of it. One back by Dugdale. Now the kick comes into a Cooey. Couldn't take the mark, stripped away by the Sharks. Ferguson can't pick it up. Loose ball on the edge of the square. St Mary's with good numbers hustling around the contest. And now picked up on this occasion by Giaceramo towards half forward with his kick. The defence okay for the Sharks at the moment. Keeley received a hand pass. Got it back now to Will Harford. Harford got shoved in the back as he tapped it to a teammate who got a clearing kick out and it didn't go very far. So it'll go back to Harford. That half-back was a high draft pick, his dad, from St Mary's. Played at the Hawks, then went to Carlton at the end of his career. And had a very successful coaching career with St Kevin's in the amateurs and Carlton in the AFLW. Kicks into the man of the mark. Ramari wins the footy for St Mary's. It's tapped down again. Ping pong aerial. Ramari goes after it again for St Mary's. Tries to shuffle it forward. St Mary's with good hands. Hurried kick. Arnell inside 50. Cleared on this occasion. Good kick coming out by... and he did a good job, Horsford, to get it towards the wing. And now they can maybe get things going. Receiving a hand pass. On the outside is Harford from McNeil. He kicks towards half forward, under some pressure. Player taken in a tackle, and it's holding the ball as Camberwell went inside 50, and St Mary's will clear it again. Here's Parkinson now. Picks the footy up on the wing. Dabs a kick inside 50, and an excellent mark taken by Chase Bennett, who's kicked a couple of goals so far. Candidate for mark of the day for the seafood station. Handballs inside again, darting his way right across half forward as he avoided tackles left, right and centre. Was Green, has been good for the St Mary's team. Deep kick well inside 50, taken at a tackle. Ramari holding the ball as he got it at ground level, and a free kick to go the way of the Camberwell Sharks. Yet to score a goal and trailing by 14 points. McNeil goes wide. Sharks look to clear around the outer side. And the mark is taken just outside half-back. And taking the mark is Eddie McCorkle. His kick goes towards the wing. Doesn't quite find the target. Turned over again by St Mary's, forcing Camberwell to go inside a lot, which is what Daniel Harford wanted, but they're not quite hitting the targets at this stage. Ball's at ground level is, again, good roving. Has seen Arnell come up with a free kick. He's been a busy player so far for St Mary's. 17-3 the score on the Woodards Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard. Kick inside 50, clears to the back. Camberwell with numbers. Pick it up and they drive towards the wing. Can't take it cleanly. Punching it though. And the Sharks may win the footy through half. It did pretty well to avoid the tackle, and then Schiffer sockets it off the ground, but straight to an opponent. Picked up by the opposite number 8, Green. Kicks inside 50. Big pack forming. Arnell at the drop. Swooping. Couldn't pick the football up. Defence pretty good of the Sharks. They'll get it out of defence, throw it on the boot, kick it towards the vacant side of the ground, which is the broadcast side. Socket again. Couldn't quite get clearance on it, and it goes over the boundary. Schiffer, as Dugdale's with him as well, to be a boundary throw in 65 from goal. Dugdale's been very good so far. A candidate to win best on ground for £15. Our new sponsor, the £15 Cafe. Boundary throw in, spills to the back of the pack. Getting a hurry kick. The Sharks now have the footy as it slips to Jacob Lewis. Lewis in front of our commentary position. Kicks to Keeley. Had it knocked away. Does well when the ball hits the turf to get it, but then just lost control of it. A bit disappointed with himself. He had support from Finn McKee. Akui doing the ruck work for St Mary's. And doing the ruck work, Armstrong for the Sharks. A lot of players around the footy. Socket down again. Dugdale looks to tap it on deftly because he couldn't pick it up. He knew an opponent was pressing him. Handball Armstrong on the outside. Got it to Schiffer. Gets offloaded. His mum a bit worried about that, but he gets up again. Good mark at half back. Taken by William Ryan. Feeds it out. And away goes St Mary's again. Great pick up. Parkinson does well. And his bootlaces to get a hand pass to the running Stone on the outside. He kicks inside 50. Going after it now, Nicky Dutois has been a good rebounding defender so far for Camberwell. Can't get hold of the footy. Now the St Mary's team have a shot at goal as they kept it alive, and the handball on the up, and they kick their third goal, the first goal into the breeze, and it comes from the boot of Lucas Green. Terrific goal. They continue to attack and pound inside 50 St Mary's to the social club room's end of the ground, and that was a terrific goal. 3-5, 23 to 3 behinds, margin out to 20 points on the Woodards Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard. A major sponsor, of course, is Provence Mitre 10, mighty helpful Provence Mitre 10. Thrown up in the middle of the ground, Akui, Armstrong. Shark by the Sharks out of the middle. Oxymore on that, kicks inside 50. No one can take the mark. Good effort to try and hang on for dear life is Ryan, but the Sharks managed to extricate it and kick it inside 50. Picked up on this occasion, a left foot snap under some pressure. The big fella does well. Ferguson kicking off balance. Didn't miss by too much, trying to screw it around the body. Goes through for a behind at the Ivanhoe end for Camberwell. 4 behinds to 3-5-23. The margin 19 points. We've played nearly 8 minutes in the second quarter. Back into play. Eames, a high ball to the outer side of the ground. No one can take the mark. Aminda's there for St Mary's, looking to receive the footy. Might get it now, can't take it with him. And then a great tackle on Armstrong by Ramari. Worried him out of it. Then he picks up a loose footy. Kicks St Mary's down the line. The Saints towards half forward. Dutois takes it off hands. Kicks on the left for the Sharks and hugs the boundary, but hugs it too closely. Out of bounds on the fallen commander, will take it for St Mary's. Inboard kick, looking for a min. Couldn't take it cleanly. They have numbers there. Turned over by Keeley for the Sharks. Sockers it off the ground and taken on this occasion by Lewis. He avoids tackles, sweeps a little hand pass out wide again towards the boundary. Good work to try and get hold of the footy is big Finn McKee. And then he gets held up in a tackle, but will get a free kick. And then gets the hand pass out on the outside, dishing it nicely. And they run the boundary, Camberwell kicking towards half forward. And then a comfortable mark taken by one of the best players on the ground at half back. And that is Tom Eames. Eames kicks down the line. St Mary's defence holding firmly. And yet to concede a goal. Ramari might run onto it now. He's very quick, very fleet of foot. Ramari kicks towards half forward. No mark taken. Good defence by the Camberwell Sharks again. They get it at ground level. Taken by Schiffer. Swung around in a tackle. Feeds a hand pass out. Quick kick comes towards half forward for Camberwell, but it's turned over at half back again by Eames, who's been impassable. He's like a roadblock down there. He kicks high towards the wing on the outer side, and a nice little punch towards the boundary by Brock Horsford, who's been a solid defender for Camberwell. Picked up at ground level. Quick kick around the body by Keeley, but he turns it over. And again, they're very well structured at the moment, St Mary's. Another pass in close to Arnell in the orange boots. And a shout out to young Max Brown, who badly hurt his neck and back last week in a neck brace now. Will make a full recovery, but there were some concerns during the week. His father, Kevin, coaches the team, so the players, I think, were a little bit flat about all that, but playing good footy today as the mark was taken by Parkinson. Handballs to Williams on the outside, but he turns it over and the Sharks will repel again from half back. Kick towards the wing is a good kick. And they have a chance now through Lewis. Lewis will do well to kick across the goal face and switch. Mark taken by Harford. Harford kicks to half forward. Nice long kick. A lot of carry and a good mark out the back for Camberwell. Taken slightly right of centre half forward by Harry Rolliston. 45 from goal. He'll get the hand pass out now and looking to shoot for goal. This is a good attempt by Eddie McCorkle, but it's marked last line of defence by one of the biggest players out there, Akui. Akui floats a hand pass out. It's cleared out of defence again by Arnell for St Mary's, and they try and clear around the outer side. So he kicks towards the boundary. It's kept alive by Parkinson. Does well to look inboard with the pass. Ramari is, well, he was paid the mark by the umpire and then he dropped it, so he wasn't paid the mark. Manages to get out of a tackle and sweep a hand pass inside to Parkinson. Kicks to half forward. Big pack forming at the drop. Trying to burst his way through for the Sharks as Thomas Tonkin does okay and then lost control of it. Won again by St Mary's, but they turn it over and getting back in the hole. A good mark completed by the Sharks. They kick towards the backside of the centre square. And they go towards the wing again. And mark taken by McCorkle. He turns a couple of opponents inside out. Kicks inside 50, no mark taken. Eames at the drop. Does well, but then his hand pass is a little bit too slick for his teammate, Giosaramo. But again, they have numbers everywhere, and Stone will get the outlet kick at half back on the outer side for St Mary's to lead by 19 points. Stone drops the kick over the top. And the mark taken just inside the boundary for St Mary's at half back. And it's hoisted down the line again. Parkinson there, doesn't get to him. Off hands, Horsford. McPhee, hand pass didn't really hit the target. Players go in to try and hold it up, but there's a shove in the back. And St Mary's getting the free kick. They're going in first at the moment and probably deserving it. And again, one of the best players, Arnell, in those orange boots with the free kick on the wing. Arnell kicks it low and flat towards half forward, very wide. Finds the boundary out of bounds. So it'll be thrown back into play. St Mary's into attack. The Sharks with the win. Not sure that the wind is as strong as it was in the opening quarter, but yet to kick a goal. The unbeaten team in this Division 1 competition. 16 Division 1 competition. Comes out now towards Dugdale. Feeds a hand pass on the outside as he won the stoppage. Turned over by Detroit. Detroit got the hand pass out now towards Harford. Harford floats a kick into the middle of the ground, but their defence has been absolutely resolute, St Mary's, and they managed to close it up again, and the kick finds Parkinson. And it came from his teammate who was holding up across half-back, Mitchell Harvey. Parkinson, centre half forward, off the side of the boot. High kick, inside 50. Oh, there's going to be a free kick, is there? As they're saying that a Camberwell defender went up too early and got into the back of an opponent who was trying to get ready for a mark. That's Lucas Green, who's already kicked the only goal of this second quarter for the Saints, and he can increase the lead to a very, very handy 25 points. Slightly right of centre half forward, 35 from goal. Lucas Green to make it 4-5-29 here. But he kicks off the side of the boot, doesn't even have to carry the kick, and it was slewing towards the boundary line. And now they look to drive out of defence. Camberwell, long sweeping hand pass. It was set up and he got it on the L1-2, Edward Hine. It was a 25-metre hand pass and he received it again, but he kicks to the wing. It's turned over once again. St Mary's are forming the wall well. Ramari gets a little hand pass out. Doesn't quite hit a target. Goes in again. Forces the hands free under congestion. There's Stone weaving his way around the outer side. Kicks inside 50 for St Mary's. Going up and making a nice contest is Riley Hilton for Camberwell, but it goes out the back and St Mary's have a chance to kick a goal and do. They keep it alive. It's excellent footy by the Saints. And they get another one as they just shoveled it forward. Just Camberwell not able to clear the footy enough from their defensive area. And goal after goal after goal is being put on the board by St Mary's. And they get another one on this occasion. And it's been scored by Covialo. He got on the end of it. Number 26. And 5-5-35 to 4 behinds. Sorry, 4-5-29 to 4 behinds. And just under 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Who wins that one? McPhee probably just beat a Cooey. And then the hand pass from Arnell again to Stone, who's been superb. Kicks to the wing on the outer side. Bennett in pursuit. Knocks it away. Goes close to the boundary. Good contest. Bennett being made to work for this. Camberwell then have the numbers. And I thought that was a really good effort by Thomas Tonkin to not allow Bennett to get free. And I thought he was going to get free as the ball comes out. And it's marked at half back, very close to the boundary by Kenny. Kenny, though, can't find a target. They've just been closed down constantly by this St Mary's side. Forced to go wide around that outer side and often not hit their targets and turn it over or kick it out of bounds on the full. So the ball will be with Tom Eames, who's been superb. Eames, Stone, Dugdale, Arnell, Ramari among their best players. There's a bit of a discussion about what happened there. Was it off hands? Was it a boundary throw-in? Was it out of bounds on the full? Aminda's been good. He's involved in that little conversation too. So it'll be thrown back into play. Wing out of side. Need to find a goal before half-time. Nearly 3.5 minutes left. We're looking for a goal of the day for Grange Meat Company just down the road here in Thornbury. A couple of minutes from Ford Park. And a mark of the day for the seafood station. And our BOG, our new sponsor, £15. And Augustus Gelatery on board too, the best gelati in town. Our coverage today, thanks to Proven's Mitre 10. Mighty helpful Proven's Mitre 10. So on the Woodards Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard, it is a 25-point lead, 4-5-29 to 4 behinds. And there's a lot going on here. Still a bit confused about what is actually the situation. There's an injury. I didn't see that. To a Camberwell player, it appears. Hope he's okay. So there's a stop here with 3 minutes 17 remaining. It's behind the play at half forward for St Mary's. And he went down and he's involved in a contest. We hope he's okay. Yeah, the Camberwell player, St Mary's player, might be St Mary's player. So it's going to be a long break here. I was following the footy, so I didn't actually see what happened there. Happened behind the play at half forward on that outer side for St Mary's at the social club rooms end of the ground. St Mary's had that bad injury last week with Max Brown, so we just hope. It's great that all the kids are out there playing footy. We just hope this injury isn't serious. He's got his neck in a brace and seemed to be in good spirits before the game, but not going to play again this season. But they think, speaking to the president, Dean Arnell, who should join us in the St Mary's under-16s game a little bit later. He's running for the under-15s. His son's having an absolutely outstanding game. In their 25-point lead at the moment, 4-5-29 to 4 behinds. So this is not good news. So we're going to have a long break. It's terrible when an injury like this occurs. So we'll just keep an eye on what's going on here. So they're stopped with 3 minutes 17 left in the second quarter. These two famous teams, Camberwell Sharks, were formed from East Camberwell and Highfield Park, and Jonathan Brown's daughter plays there. Ben Rutten's got a child that plays there. We know Daniel Harford's son is involved at Camberwell, and Harf himself is the coach. So an ambulance is on its way. This is not good. I think it's a St Mary's player, isn't it? It seems to be. I thought it might have been Camberwell Sharks originally. We're just trying to confirm that, trying to confirm who the player is so we can even let family members know and friends know that may be listening to our stream of where the situation sits at the moment. Is they've opened up the big gates just in front of the timekeeper's box in our commentary box here at Forward Park to allow the ambulance to come as it makes its way through Ivanhoe. And there's a bit of a chat about whether they should call half-time. The umpire's talking to a couple of the officials about the option of calling half-time now. Just over 3 minutes remaining. The play to me hasn't moved either, which is a real concern. Again, I didn't see the incident, but I know there was a scrap for the footy around that outer side. May have fallen awkwardly, may have hit his head. And landed alarmingly. And the Camberwell boys have dispersed away from their huddle, of which they were addressed by Daniel Harford. We think it is a Camberwell player. It is a Camberwell player. And it could be Thomas Tonkin. I've worked it out that, well, he was involved in that exchange as he attempted to take a mark and fell badly. The Camberwell boys are walking towards the huddle, so it might be half time here. We haven't got the official confirmation that it is half time, but I think it might be half time. On the Woodards Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard, our coverage today brought to you by Provins Mitre 10, mighty helpful Provins Mitre 10. So we wish the young man all the best and his family all the best in what can be a worrying situation. So they're calling half time. So at half time, and at the moment the score is immaterial as we just keep an eye on the progress of that young man for the Camberwell Sharks. 4-5-29 is St Mary's. Camberwell yet to score a goal. They're 4 behind. So we'll take a break. Bit of a sombre mood here at Forward Park South. And we'll come back and hopefully resume proceedings shortly and have some positive news on the condition of that young player from the Camberwell Sharks. Again, our thoughts are with him and his family after he has been injured, still has not moved. The ambulance is on the way. They've opened up the double gates here. And as I say, we'll have some more news on that very, very shortly. Get your game face on.
In life,
You have to play by the rules. Fit in
don't be too thin.
or too bulky.
You have to be perfect.
Try harder. Go faster.
Know your limits.
Calm down.
You shouldn't be doing that,
Wearing that,
eating that.
Suck it up. Suck it in.
Boys don't cry.
Girls don't fight.
You can't do that.
You watch this.
There's no right way,
No wrong way.
only your way,
Anybody?
anytime.
G'day to all the Yarra Junior Football League clubs. Gameface is excited to be back in the YJFL again in 2022, and we're here to tell you about how you can get involved in all the great things we have to offer this year. Starting off with our popular digital media services packages. Let Gameface take care of your social media packages with engaging content posted directly to your channels on your behalf. Content will consist of action photography from Frankie, which will bring player profiles, game day promos, motion graphics and more to the next level. Take advantage of a professional media day which puts your players in the spotlight for video content throughout the season. Road Crew will see our team out and about on training nights and game days, interviewing your players and giving your club exposure on social media. Sponsor videos are a great way to show appreciation to your partners, whether posting the ads on Facebook or using the videos to promote them in the club rooms. Recognise your award winners and milestone gamers with poster designs. Printing is also available for a memorable recognition piece. Select a package which includes game day vision, and your club will receive 2 games filmed siren to siren with a highlights package to get everyone excited and engaged with your sponsors. And finally, our very popular live stream broadcasts. Along with our weekly broadcasts at YJFL HQ Ford Park, if you become part of the Gameface family, we'll set up the broadcast team for a live stream day at your club, featuring all the live action for 2 consecutive games with full play-by-play commentary and on-screen graphics. Rotate parents, players or sponsors onto the broadcast for interviews and special comments, and make this the day that your club is up in lights. Select a package that fits your club's needs. Inquire with us today to find out how you can get any of our services for your club in season 2022. And get your game face on.
Do you want to generate $2,000 a week for your club? Stand out from the crowd of generic websites? Now that I have your attention, let me walk you through how ClubZone can supercharge your fundraising. Is it time for your club's website to be upgraded to a new, easy-to-use platform? Create a ClubZone website and experience the new benefits today. It's time to supercharge your fundraising. ClubZone is everything your club will need to raise money. It's time to have an all-in-one website for your club's important news, information, sponsorship, e-commerce, ticketing, membership, and much more. There is no need to complicate things with cash when you can run everything through your website. Get your own online store to sell anything and everything: memberships, apparel, merchandise, memorabilia, and more. For the club that has to juggle everything, ClubZone's easy-to-use and easy-to-build website solves your problems. No need to update the latest news on your homepage. ClubZone will have an auto-generated newsfeed straight from your Facebook feed. Open up your club's sponsorship opportunities and showcase and sell packages online to build their exposure. Set up fundraisers like never before with a fully automated raffle system. Ensure that you keep your fundraising events professional. ClubZone's integrated ticketing system is for all of your online and physical events. Take things to another professional level with ticket scanning functionality. We know help desk tools are one of the most integral tools when it comes to supporting our customer base successfully. That's why we are constantly building on our in-depth information centre for your use. Get the full ClubZone experience for just $14.80 a week.
Well, welcome back to Ford Park South. Now, the under-15 First Division game between St Mary's, who led on the Woodhards Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard at half-time, 4-5-29 to 4 behinds, stopped just before half-time because of an injury in a tackle sustained to the Camberwell Sharks' Thomas Tonkin. I can tell you he's gone to hospital, that he is actually conscious. There's not a lot of movement at this stage, but let's not be alarmist about it. We hope that he'll be okay. He has gone to hospital. Now, under the rules of the YJFL, you've got half an hour between the incident, and then if an ambulance is required, which it was required to come, so half an hour between the incident and the ambulance coming and getting off the ground for the match to restart. The understanding we had, 27.5 minutes, but the umpires had already called it. I know St Mary's were very keen to go out. I know we'll have Daniel Harford, the former Hawthorn Carlton player, joining us shortly as well. The coach of the Camberwell Sharks, they were keen as well, even though they were behind. But the match has been called off. We'll have the other match starting very soon between St Mary's under-16s, and they'll be taking on Hawthorn Citizens. But Ethan Arnell, whose father Dean is the president of St Mary's, he's also the captain of the under-15s, has joined us. Ethan, all the boys there, pretty disappointed about that, aren't they?
Yeah, look, we're a little bit flat, but obviously that the bloke's health is all right is the most important thing. It is just an under-15s game after all, so hopefully he's all right. But yeah, we are a little bit flat. We're pretty confident having, I think, a 25-point lead, but, you know, it happens. It's a bit more than a game of footy, and a person's health is more important, so it's completely understandable.
Both teams were keen to play, weren't they? I mean,
Yeah.
we're under the 30 minutes, but the umpires had already called it, so I think you can understand that too.
Yeah, so we wanted to get out there just to show, you know, we were there before the 30 minutes, but, you know, it happens. Just got to put up with it. Yeah, so, yeah, but it's all good.
You were playing really well. What was the
Thank
strength of
you.
the game today, do you think?
I think we used our strengths. We have a lot of people with a long kick, a lot of strong players, and obviously Camberwell are very well drilled and they use the ball really well, and we sort of just tried to stay back in defence and then bob it in long and give our forwards a real opportunity to get on the scoreboard. And yeah, I just think we obviously kicked with the wind to start with, which helped, and got a jump on them early, and yeah, we're just hopeful that we could sustain it for the rest of the game, but yeah, unfortunately it got called off. So
You had a bad injury yourself last week, the coach's son, Max, getting injured. How's he going?
yeah, he's in good spirit, thank God. It was actually some bloke tried to take a specky on him, and it cracked his neck, and he actually didn't know of it. So we had a training run. He was a bit sore, and he pulled out, got tested, and yeah, found out that he broke his neck. So it was pretty bizarre. But
It is bizarre.
Yeah.
I've seen him with the neck brace on,
Yeah.
but they reckon there'll be a full recovery, which is the most important thing,
Yeah.
isn't it?
yeah, 100%. Yeah, he'll be right. I think he'll probably have the year off, but yeah, no, he's in good spirits most importantly, and yeah, we're getting him to do jobs for the side, keeping him involved, and yeah, getting around him.
Well, congratulations. Because you were playing so well, I had your best on ground up to half-time for the £15 Cafe, so well done.
Thank
But
you.
you had a lot of other good players. We'll speak to your teammate Jack, your partner in crime, who was outstanding, and Doug Dale played really well as well, Parkinson and a few others, so it was a good performance, and you kept the top team goalless up to almost half-time, so I can understand why you're a bit frustrated you're not out there, but again, our thoughts are with Thomas Tonkin. So,
Yep.
Ethan, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on a
Thank you.
terrific
Thanks for
effort
having
today,
me.
and good luck for the rest of the year.
Cheers, thank you.
Thanks for joining us. Ethan Arnell joining us, and now his teammate Jack Stone's going to come in and have a bit of a chat to us on Game Face as part of our YGFL coverage. Thanks very much to Provence Mitre 10, mighty helpful Provence Mitre 10. Obviously disappointing, Jack, isn't it?
Yeah, it sucks, but hope the guy's all right. You just stop the game if there's a bad injury, but hope that guy's all right.
Did you see the incident at all? Or
No.
we were all following the play, but we did actually have it on our filming, so we were able to go back and have a look at it. It was just one of those innocuous incidents where he was taken on a tackle and he just sort of went backwards, and his neck, I think, went through his legs and
Yeah.
caused a bit of grief to him.
Yeah, that sounds not too good at all. Ball gets kicked up, run around, see it, take off, and then turn back, and the kid's on the ground. I was like, oh, what's happened here? So it's pretty bad. So yeah.
You were playing pretty well, though, weren't you?
Yeah, all right, but it's kind of team effort how to get goals and all that stuff. So yeah.
Was it your best team effort for the season up until now, considering Camberwell were on top?
Yeah, I reckon we played pretty good against a very strong and very good opposition. So yeah, it was very good.
Well done today. Bad luck we didn't get the match to be finished, but good luck for the rest of the season,
Yeah,
Jack.
thanks.
For joining us.
Yep, thank you.
Jack Stone joining us from St Mary's. I'll get Dan Harper to come in and join us, the coach of the Camberwell Sharks. It's great to have him here. Of course, he's involved as probably one of the media kings of Melbourne now, the great Daniel Harvard on RSN and on 3AW, and also the coach of Carlton AFLW. And Half, I know it's your old team, St Mary's, you were playing against today with Camberwell Sharks. Always sad when an incident like this happens.
Yeah, no good, Dan. It was a bit of a concern for our man TT there, but he's okay. He's conscious, he's talking, he's got feeling in all the parts of his body he needs to have feeling in with the neck injury. So all the signs at this stage are relatively positive, and that's all we really care about at the moment.
Were you worried when you first saw it?
Yeah, well, absolutely. Yeah. When you see a kid who's not moving on the ground, I mean, as a coach, as a parent, as anyone in responsibility of young people, it's a horrible feeling to have, but we're more concerned about how he was at the time, I must admit.
Now, we were having a bit of a chat over there. There was a bit of mayhem, wasn't there, about should we go on, shouldn't we go on? I mean, there's another media superstar there as well. They're everywhere today. Ian Cohen.
What's he doing?
Yeah, well, he's here for Hawthorn Citizens, of course.
Oh, of course he is.
His son plays for Hawthorn Citizens, so we'll probably get him to have a chat as well because he loves it too. But there was mayhem about whether we should start 30 minutes once the incident occurs and when, if required, the ambulance leaves the field. And we were probably under 30, but the umpires had already called it.
Well, yeah, I didn't know the rule, I must admit. So it's not something I sort of read too deep into, that level of the rule book at the start of the season. So I didn't know it. Our team manager was in discussion with the umps and with the St Mary's team manager as well. And got the feedback from the umpires that the game had been called off. And it was funny because I came out with my boards and ready to sort of say goodbye to everyone. And I turned the corner and the St Mary's boys are just about to run onto the field, ready to warm up to play again. So I'm like, hang on, what's going on here? So there was a bit of confusion about that. We all want to play. I think all the boys want to play. And then we want to encourage young people to play sport and keep them out there and be active and all that sort of stuff. So we wanted, ideally, to play the game, but the umpires weren't happy to do it. So in the end, they make the rules.
So do you think, though, there needs to be a concrete rule in place that's 30 minutes? Or do you think the umpires, if they feel that the incident is serious, and it was serious. We know that St Mary's had an incident themselves with the coach's son last week who's got a neck injury, but he's going to be okay, which is good. Probably won't play footy. But do you think that if the umpires feel that they're a bit worried, that it's their discretion, even if it's under the 30 minutes?
I think in the end, the umpires are the bosses.
Yeah.
That's my take on sport, let alone this situation. The umpires are the bosses. Now, whether or not they need a bit more concrete guidelines or some support in decisions like this, because calling off a game is a big decision. So that maybe if they need more support, there might need to be more support around them in these situations that they could check with someone about how to handle that if they're not quite sure or not quite comfortable. But in the end, if that's not there, the umpires are the bosses, I suppose.
You love coaching. You're coaching the Camberwell Sharks under 15s. What's it like coaching the juniors, including your son, compared to coaching the AFLW at Carlton?
Well, very different level of intensity. I'll give you the tip. The girls are a bit more full on than what these boys here. But that's great. I mean, I like being involved. It's nice to be able to spend some time with my son through this period. I normally work Sundays, so I've taken that off this year to be a part of this and spend some more time with him, which is nice. And then you're a part of the journey of young men evolving into men, real men. So being a part of that's really cool, and a responsibility I take pretty seriously. So it's nice. Yeah, it's different to the girls. They want to be the best that they could be. They want to be full-time footballers, and they commit unbelievably to the program, the AFLW, and I love that about them. And it's the AFL, so it's a fairly significant competition, isn't it?
It is.
So we've got good support, good resourcing and backing, and we've got great opportunities as a result of that. So it's a really exciting venture to be a part of, 6 years in, or 6 seasons in. And it's only going to get better as the years go on. But it's very, very different worlds. The community sport world's very different to the semi-professional world.
And how much more work is there involved this year, considering we're going to have 2 seasons in the 1 year, and we'll have 18 teams this year? What sort of comp do you think we'll get?
We'll get a split comp, I think. I think the good teams will be really good, and there'll be a hole in the middle, and then there'll be some teams who are trying to find their way in the competition. So I think it's going to be a bit of a split competition. I hope not. I hope it's a really active and vibrant competition. But I think history says expansion's difficult, and the teams that have been a part of expansion the last couple of years have had challenges being consistent week in, week out. So that's what history tells me. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it is a really competitive environment every week for every game.
What's good about the Camberwell Sharks?
It's close to home.
Yeah.
It's 200 metres down the road. So
that's good.
That's really helpful, Dan.
Yes, of course it is.
No, they're a really good footy club. They're a big footy club, like St Mary's,
Yes.
being part of that many years ago.
Yes, you were.
they're a really big footy club. They're all about participation and getting as many kids playing sport as possible, and I love that about them. And they've got really good people organising it and running it, and passionate support and volunteers. So that's good. If you've got that sort of environment, that sort of community, it's nice to be a part of that.
And what's it like coaching your son?
He doesn't
Has to
listen.
pull back a bit?
He doesn't listen much.
Doesn't he?
No, it's interesting. I've never done it before. It's a difficult dynamic because you don't want to be too harsh. I have fairly high expectations, and he's a teenager finding his way in the world. So sometimes he's with me, sometimes he's not. But I don't want to go too easy on him either. So it's a delicate balance. I'm trying to find it still, I reckon.
And you're a busy man. Carlton AFLW, Camberwell Sharks under 15s, RSN breakfast, 3AW. Where do you find time to have a rest? Not much.
No, there's no time for rest.
No time for rest?
Rest when you're dead, Dan.
So you're up at, what, 4 o'clock every morning?
Well, and I sleep in these days, 4:30.
4:30.
4:30.
Peter Moody used to say that he never set the alarm for 3, the great horse trainer, 3:05, because 3 o'clock was dark.
I'll tell you what, 4:30 is pretty dark too.
It is too.
Getting this time of year. Yeah, it's great. I talk sport for a living, Dan. You know all about that.
Yeah, I do.
You know all about that. So, we're not reinventing the wheel. We're not curing the great plagues of the planet. We're just talking sport. Grand scheme of things, it's just good fun.
And who wins the AFL? Melbourne too good?
Oh, I think
I
think they'll be playing daylight in the grand final because there's no one near them at the moment. Yeah. Anything can happen. We know it's a long season. We're nine rounds into 22 and injuries can hit and who knows what happens. But they are just a class above at the moment. They're fantastic to watch.
Yeah, certainly are. Well, Daniel, great to catch up with you. Great that you're involved with the Camberwell Sharks, and we wish Thomas Tonkin and his family all the best, and hopefully he's fit and healthy, and that's the most important thing. Whether he plays footy is probably immaterial, but we hope he's back playing, and your boys unbeaten. I presume today's a draw, isn't it? You were struggling a bit out there today.
No, we were getting our backside handed to us is what we were.
Yes,
there's no issue there. We're fully aware of the situation as it ended. But
they were very good getting behind the ball, weren't they?
No, they're just really well drilled, classy outfits, St Mary's. They were very, very good. They're the best team we've played so far.
Right.
So that's a positive for them.
And a positive for you guys too, a challenge for down the track.
Oh, it's great learning for us. Yeah, absolutely. Great learning because the last 2 weeks we've had to earn our wins, I must admit. We've had to work really hard against Kew and Beverly Hills. But this was a level above again from what St Mary's boys showed us. So that's a great sign for them. Excellent. Fantastic level of footy.
Good on you. And you like the ground here? It's a great setup here.
First time I've been here.
Yeah.
I didn't know this existed up until this week when we got the fixture.
It's the best part of the world. I've grown up in Ivanhoe.
It's brilliant.
And
it is brilliant. Beautifully done. The change rooms are great. The surface is unbelievable.
It is.
So, yeah, where else would you rather be?
Good on you, Half. Well, enjoy the rest of your Sunday afternoon.
Good
and we enjoy you on RSN. And as I say, let's hope young Thomas is okay. And good luck for the rest of the year, mate. Great
I appreciate that.
As usual.
Always a pleasure. Be good.
Great Daniel Harfer joining us, the coach of the Camberwell Sharks under 15s, AFLW, of course, and RSN Breakfast as well. Good, and, of course, former Hawthorn and Carlton star. We'll take a break and be back with our second match on Game Face very shortly. In about 17 minutes' time, it's another St Mary's fixture, under 16 ones up against the Hawthorn Citizens, who we called last week. I'm looking forward to seeing them play again. Thanks very much to Provins Mitre 10, our major sponsor, Mighty Helpful Provins Mitre 10.
Before commencing this broadcast, Game Face would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land of which we broadcast from today. We pay our respects to elders, past and present. We would also like to acknowledge any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people present with us during this broadcast.
Well, we've got our second match of the afternoon about to get underway, and what's been an interesting day so far at Ford Park South in Ivanhoe. The first match was called off that we had today between St Mary's under-15s in First Division against the unbeaten Camberwell Sharks in First Division, coached by former Hawthorn and Carlton player and now Carlton AFLW coach Daniel Harford, whose son William plays for the Camberwell Sharks. And ironically, Harf started his football career in the juniors with St Mary's many, many moons ago. Now, what happened just before half-time, Thomas Tompkin, one of the players of the Sharks, was tackled, and he heard that there was a bit of a crack in his neck. He heard his neck crack, and he was on the ground, and the game was forced to be called off 3 minutes before half-time. It was just one of those things that happen in football. The good news is that when the ambulance arrived, he had regained movement, and he also was conscious, and he should make a full recovery. Now, everyone was a little bit unsure about what the rules were about how long after an incident like that occurs, and then the ambulance, if it's required, comes to the ground, which it did on this occasion, how long there is a difference between all that occurring that you can start again. We were told 30 minutes, and it was 27 and a half minutes once the ambulance had just left the field. And I know St Mary's being in front 4-5-29 to 4 behinds were keen to come back, as were Camberwell, but the umpires called it. So it ended up being a draw. Unfortunate for St Mary's, but it's all about young Thomas Tonkin, and hopefully he'll be okay. As this match is underway now, it's the under-16s First Division between St Mary's and Hawthorn Citizens, who've again lost a number of players through illness and injury. And St Mary's get it out of the middle, and a big kick down to the forward line at the Ivanhoe end, and they'll have the first shot at goal in the opening minute. Thanks to Proven's Mitre 10, mighty helpful Mitre 10, and a hook around the body. And there is a shot at goal, and they've kicked the first goal of the game. So that's a good start as they got it out of the middle straight away. And kicking that first goal for St Mary's is Zach Johnson. Took a big, strong, contested mark in the goal scorer. I know it's very early days, but it might put him in contention for mark of the day for the seafood station. Tap down in the middle again. Good tackle laid straight away by Hawthorn Citizens. Ball's jarred free. Comes out now to the sits, and they'll try and clear through half back from the boot of Harry Rutter, but he's turned it over, and mark completed by Charlie Seraphin, I should say. He kicks inside 50. No mark taken by St Mary's. Spills to the back of the pack again. And another shot at goal. It's coming around, but misses to the left-hand side. And again, it's Zach Johnson once more. Getting a lot of the footy. Echo again, Cameron. Sorry. So back into play. Rutter favours the outer side of the ground for Hawthorn Citizens. No one can complete the mark. They recover at ground level. Handball comes out. Good contest by St Mary's to turn it over once again. Getting the footy and driving it inside 50 is Sam Stevens. And almost a mark, but not quite paid. And then a good contest at ground level will eventually see a free kick go Hawthorn Citizens' way. At the Ivanhoe end, they defend stoutly again. Players taken in a tackle. It's going to be holding the ball. He couldn't get around. He looked to get around an opponent. And on that occasion, there was not much he could do about it. And the tackle stuck on James Little. In fact, I think the umpire's going to ball it up, is he? Well, no, he's not. It has to be a free kick, doesn't it? Yeah. Has to be a free kick. He tried to step around a couple of opponents. And a shot at goal, and St Mary's doing all the dominating so far. Hawthorn Citizens losing their first game of the season last week. We're missing a number of key players. The same today, they're just down on manpower, and a good goal kicked by St Mary's. Their second goal of the match. Kai Veal has kicked that goal. And they look pretty good so far on the Woodhards Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard. Provins Mitre 10, mighty helpful. Provins Mitre 10, our major sponsor today. Throw it up in the middle. Tap down again. St Mary's win it. The clearance taken by Dean. Out of the middle they go. Another kick inside 50. Bouncing ball, and it came from the boot who received it on the outside, McNaughton. And now they've got a chance to clear the sits. Getting a hand pass is Kane Emery, one of the late inclusions. Feeds a hand pass on the outside. He'll keep running now as they drive it long to the outer side through Rutter. And now they can set something up on the right, a kick into space. Picked up on the half volley, breaking a couple of tackles. Chambers, he did well to get his balance and kick it high, and he finds a target. And the mark is completed by Ollie Stanby. So Stanby's at centre half forward. Good players last week like McMillan, Rogers, and big Zach McDonald, the ruckman, had the big leap on him, all missing. So a chance for a shot at goal. Their first move forward, and they were pretty fluent around the outer side. Stanby's shot at goal. Has it got the carry? I think it might. And goal umpire extraordinaire down at the social club rooms end of the ground, Ian Cohen, well-known media performer with Channel 10, and now runs his own media business. And they've kicked a very important goal in the early stages of this game for Hawthorn Sits, kicking into the breeze. 2-1-13 to 1 straight 6. And that is on the Woodhards of Manningham scoreboard. And go and see Stasi Adjamus and the team. And if you are involved with any of the YJFL clubs, like he has been at Beverly Hills for a long time, and you're looking to list your property, after the sale of the house, your club will get a cash bonus. Same if you want to rent your property. Tap down in the middle of the ground again, and St Mary's winning a lot of the clearances. Good tackle laid by Emery. Not a great tackle. It was actually advantage, and it's picked up by, on that occasion, Corrali, but he kicks into bodies as it was advantage, and there'll be a free kick off the play taken by Runner of Hawthorn Citizens. Chips into the middle, like the game of Emery so far. Back edge centre square, delivers in short again. Looking for Mariner, lunges forward, can't take the mark. Hawthorn Citizens drive it to the outer side of the ground. Good contest, sits again for the Hawthorn Citizens team. They get a hand pass out. It was Jamison Cohen, the son of Ian. His hand pass was run down. St Mary's get numbers back inside defensive 50. Good tackling late again. Loose ball, Jamison Cohen did well, allowing it to spill out. Kick in towards the pocket. Bouncing ball. Got away from the player it was intended for, and that was Tommy Mariner. And it'll be thrown back into play 15 metres around from the goal that Hawthorn Citizens are attacking. And they might have started to relax now, trailing by 7 points. A coverage today for Provins Mitre 10. Mighty helpful, Provins Mitre 10. Tap down. Picked up again by Emery. He was hard on the boundary. He didn't have a lot of room to move to hook that kick back to a central location. And it stays skinny and narrow, and it's out of bounds 15 metres around from the goal that they're attacking. Back into play. Tap to the back. Offhand. St Mary's. Work hard. Good hands from the clearance. The third hand pass, though, misses the target. Citizens have still got it inside 50 at the social club rooms end of the ground. They try and trap it. Emery was one that had it, but they were overwhelmed by numbers. Getting the footy now, Zach Thomas. Gets the hand pass out on the outside. They drive it down the ground again, and getting his boot to ball and kicking it to the wing was William Dean. And it finishes up with Jet McMahon, who kicks inside 50. That was good footy. Numbers eventually overwhelmed Hawthorn Citizens in that contest at half forward, and there'll be a shot at goal for Ty Mitchell. Right half forward, looking for a set shot, and if he kicks this one, could be a candidate for our goal of the day for the Grange Meat Company. Excellent quality, excellent service at 178 Grange Road, Elphington, and he just misses to the right-hand side. 2-2-14 to 1 straight 6 on the Woodhards Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard. So Rutter elects to kicked back into play, and then he ran straight into an opponent, didn't know what to do. So he handballs at close quarters to James Little, and they turn it around as St Mary's have formed the wall. They kick it deep into attack underneath the scoreboard on that outer side, and it goes out of bounds. It's interesting play by Rudder. I think the adrenaline was pumping a little bit too fiercely for him, and he saw an opponent in front of him, and he said, hell, what do I do now? 8-point lead. Boundary throw-in. Big fist by St Mary's into a central location. Handball comes out to the top of the square. Not able to get the footy, but he eventually does through traffic. Seraphin. Now, Hawthorn Sits do get their numbers back inside defensive 50, but they give away a free kick as they're a bit overzealous with their tackling. And emerging with the footy to take it will be Corelli, Josh Corelli. Left half forward, about a 25, 30 degree angle. And his team at the moment, 2-2-14 to 1 straight 6. After the earlier game called off just before half-time, then one of the players from Camberwell Sharks, I believe, is recovering. He's taken to hospital after injuring his neck in a tackling contest before half-time from Camberwell Sharks. Corelli's kick is high, and he's put it straight through the middle at the Ivanhoe end. So they're 3-2, 20 to 1 straight 6 on the Woodards Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard. Our major sponsor today, Provins Mitre 10. Mighty helpful, Provins Mitre 10. We know St Mary's, of course, well served with all the players that have come out of that football club over the years, including AFLW players, Jess Fitzgerald from the Bulldogs, Rebecca Privatoli from GWS, Nathan Rovat from the Western Bulldogs and North Melbourne. Came in that 2012 draft with Lockie Hunter, Jack McRae and Jesse Stringer. Citizens win it out of the middle through Jamison Cohen. Kick towards half forward. Loose ball. Good tackling laid by William Dean as he tried to win the footy back for St Mary's. As the Sits had it. And the player that was in possession, taken to the bottom of the pack, was Charlie Grummett, one of their key players. Front edge centre square for the Citizens. Picked up by St Mary's. They kick into bodies. Socket forward by Grummett. Makes valuable ground. Inside 50 towards the social club rooms end of the ground. Now St Mary's have got numbers and they managed to get themselves out of trouble. Clearing kick. He's been pretty good so far, Dean, as he sold some candy. Kicks to the wing on the outer side. Handball given over the top now to Dean, who kept running. Smooth mover. Kicks inside 50. That's a great kick. Beautiful footy by William Dean, and on the lead, he just had a couple of metres on his opponent, is Jet McNaughton, takes a good mark on his chest at centre half forward. So we'll see what McNaughton can do here. Directly in front, 45 from goal, 3-2, 20 to 1 straight 6. The kick is slewing away, it just sneaks through for a behind. 3-3, 21 to 1 straight 6, and the wind has dissipated a bit after it was quite windy, especially in the first quarter of the earlier game today between St Mary's and the Sharks. Back into play. High kick by Croker, and then a very big mark taken. Candidate for mark of the day for the seafood station for the Citizens. An absolute ripper taken on the outer side by Finn Brommel. And they bring the ball around that wing. No one can take the mark, and eventually they've got a chance to drive it forward through Perry. Perry got a loose ball swooping on it inside 50 for the Citizens. Should have kicked, elect to go for a 25-metre hand pass. Ball jars free. Perry goes in after it again. Tried to beat two opponents. St Mary's do have the numbers, and they can charge out of defence now. Rebounding well. They kick to the wing, but it should come back, and Croker intercepts. Front edge centre square. Off the side of the boot, delivers to the outer side of the ground, looking for the switch. Not the greatest kick in the world. Mariner leading in the race. He was really good last week. He had a couple of opponents around him. They worried him out of it. He lost control of it. And then he tried to get out of the contest, taking it a tackle and holding the ball. Free kick to St Mary's at half back. High kick towards the wing. Ball hits the ground. And picking it up magnificently at ground level is Seraphin. Gee, how good was he the way he ran away from that contest? Crumbed the ball brilliantly and at speed. Down towards the goal square. It's kept alive. 2-on-2 down there. Picked up on this occasion. A magnificent effort to beat two opponents. And Trevor to his own advantage by Jet McNaughton. Swung it on the left off balance. Offloaded and puts it through for a behind. That was good footy. under the pump, 3-5-23 to 1 straight 6. Played nearly 13 minutes in the opening quarter. Kick back into play. They kick it down the line. Mark taken by Charlie Hicks. Hicks at half back. Inside defensive 50 for the Citizens. The Hawks. They can use the footy to the middle of the ground now. Not a great kick. Conroy takes it, gets the hand pass out to his teammate. They've got a little one at close quarters, Zimmerman. And now there's a hurry kick that comes down from Cohen, but it's turned over by Seraphin. Seraphin gets the hand pass off to the running Dean. Dean sets it alight with a long ball for St Mary's inside 50, pushing his opponent out of the contest. Corelli didn't give away a free kick. It spills to the back. Taken. He kicks it off the side of the boot. Johnson, who kicked the first goal, but camped underneath it. A difficult ball, a swirling ball, and marking it in the goal square. Even though I say the wind has dropped off a bit, he still had to control that very difficult ball. And he's kicked an outstanding goal as McNaughton, candidate for our mark of the day for the seafood station. Terrific mark in the goal square and kicks their fourth. 4-2-26. St Mary's Hawthorn Citizens 1 straight 6. And that is the score on the Woodards Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard. So just down on manpower again, the Hawks. And maybe Chambers, one of their better players, was very good last week. Hasn't been amongst it so far. And when they have gone forward, William Dean, playing as a rebounding defender, has repelled them impressively for St Mary's. One down in the middle again. Try to win a clearance, the Hawks, but not able to keep it going his way as Lucas Wheatley, but they make a smother as St Mary's are about to. The opposite number 11, Ty Mitchell, arrives, drives St Mary's to half forward, but it's turned over again. Croker marks, standing his ground at centre half back, kicks the Hawks to the wing, standing firm and allowing Dean to come through. He was too good for his opponent who just, well, he was a bit flat-footed on that occasion, and that was Quinn Mackay. So he kicks inside 50. Looking for someone to take it, not able to. Eventually Corelli does, gets the hand pass out, and then a flying shot at goal, and it's gone out of bounds on the full. And it was a good effort. He was brought down, and the player that had the shot at goal wasn't able to score was Blake Hamilton. It's a behind. So it'll be kicked back into play. In short, mark completed by Kane Emery. Goes for the 45. He finds Harry Rutter. Harry Rutter gets the hand pass out to Croker. Croker kicks it high, hurriedly, under pressure, in the middle of the ground. Ball slips now for Chambers. His hand pass, those chopped off. St Mary's win possession again. The good run off half-back. Handball to Dean, a rare fumble. Dean gets the hand pass now to his teammate at close quarters, who couldn't take the footy cleanly, and held up in a tackle. And the umpire says, give it to me. I'll throw it up. Inside the centre square. It was a good tap, and they drive it forward again. Inside 50. And the player that almost had the footy before was Connor Finnegan for St Mary's. And now they get it out towards the outer side of the ground. Hawthorn Citizens through Jack Zimmerman. He's knocked in the side. His kick is affected. And St Mary's emerge again. Kick towards the boundary and not able to keep it alive as he tried to take a big strong mark is Luca Saraceno out of bounds at half forward. Ty Kitchell also doing pretty well so far for St Mary's. Left foot kick inside 50. Loose ball now. Number of players overrunning it, picking it up well was Corelli. He was taking it a tackle, and he's also has the kick effect. It doesn't matter as he was tackled late. He threw it on the boot and kicks a terrific goal. And probably our favourite for goal of the day for the Grange Meat Company. And another one on the board for St Mary's, who are dominating this game at the moment. So good contest. And St Mary's deserved the lead. 5-4-34. Hawthorn Citizens 1 straight 6. Just under 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Thrown up in the middle again. It's knocked down. Taken defensive side for St Mary's. Handball out. Running into a bit of trouble. Ty Mitchell feeds the hand pass out again. Hurried kick off the side of the boot. Up and down in the one spot. Doesn't go where it needs to go. Connor Finneran again. And eventually they win the ball on the outside through Corelli. He received that hand pass from Jet McNaughton, who's been very creative. And then there's a big target on the end of it, as there has been right from the word go for St Mary's, taking the mark at right half forward, not far from goal. He's on a little bit of an angle, Dylan Kirby. They've got some big players down there, haven't they? And they can increase the lead here to 34 points. Slightly right of centre half forward, 40 metres from goal. Dylan Kirby, it's an awkward looking kicking style. It's right the whole way for a behind. 5-5-35 to 1 straight 6. Our major sponsor is Provins Mitre 10, mighty helpful. Provins Mitre 10. Noah Croker back into play. Delivers in short. Mark underneath the scoreboard by Cohen. Less than a minute remaining in the quarter. Kicks down the middle of the ground. Up, not able to take the mark, but doing well to keep his footing after he tried to get it at ground level with Zimmerman and was slung an attack on the umpire. Said didn't really have enough of an opportunity, or did he have enough of an opportunity? No, he didn't. It's going to be thrown up. Front edge centre square for St Mary's. Tap down again. They'll get it long inside 50. Trying to crash the pack was Kirby. Cleared by St Mary's. In the road again. A shot at goal for the Saints. Bouncing ball off hands through for a behind. They've done well to form up that wall at centre half forward and not allow the Hawks to get too many possessions outside. 5-6-36 to 1 straight 6. And it's quarter time. 30-point lead. Thanks to Provins Mitre 10. Mighty helpful Provins Mitre 10 on the Woodhards Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard. A best on ground today for £15 Cafe. Brand new sponsor to Game Faces coverage of the YJFL. So in under 16 Division 1 at the moment, St Mary's right on top, leading by 30 points. We'll take a break. Be back shortly.
Hi everyone, it's Tim from Growth Syndicates Australia, and we're financial transformation specialists. Our clients are eliminating their mortgage in a much shorter period of time, creating more wealth and boosting their super. This is all done without impacting their lifestyle. Sounds amazing? Well, let me explain a little bit about the GSA Advantage. With clients all around Australia and a head office located in Elsternwick, our team of very experienced professionals enable unique and exclusive property investment opportunities through wholesale investing for clients to achieve specific outcomes. Our current projects are located in Brighton, Malvern East, Kew, Glen Iris and Mont Albert North. It all starts with a friendly phone discussion to then arrange a meeting to provide you with a clear picture on what GSA achieves for our clients, and with no charge or obligation, see where these results can apply to you. So check us out at growthsyndicatesaustralia.com. Give us a call on 1300 205 556. I'd love to have a catch-up coffee with you at your place or our office. See where GSA can improve your financial position.
G'day to all the Yarra Junior Football League clubs. Gameface is excited to be back in the YJFL again in 2022. And we're here to tell you about how you can get involved in all the great things we have to offer this year. Starting off with our popular digital media services packages. Let Gameface take care of your social media packages with engaging content posted directly to your channels on your behalf. Content will consist of action photography from Frankie, which will bring player profiles, game day promos, motion graphics and more to the next level. Take advantage of a professional media day which puts your players in the spotlight for video content throughout the season. Road Crew will see our team out and about on training nights and game days, interviewing your players and giving your club exposure on social media. Sponsor videos are a great way to show appreciation to your partners, whether posting the ads on Facebook or using the videos to promote them in the club rooms. Recognise your award winners and milestone gamers with poster designs. Printing is also available for a memorable recognition piece. Select a package which includes game day vision, and your club will receive 2 games filmed siren to siren with a highlights package to get everyone excited and engaged with your sponsors. And finally, our very popular live stream broadcasts. Along with our weekly broadcasts at YJFL, HQ Ford Park, if you become part of the Game Face family, we'll set up the broadcast team for a live stream day at your club, featuring all the live action for 2 consecutive games with full play-by-play commentary and on-screen graphics. Rotate parents, players or sponsors onto the broadcast for interviews and special comments, and make this the day that your club is up in lights. Select a package that fits your club's needs. Inquire with us today to find out how you can get any of our services for your club in season 2022. And get your Game Face on.
In life,
You have to play by the rules. Fit in
don't be too thin.
or too bulky.
You have to be perfect.
Try harder. Go faster.
Know your limits.
Calm down.
You shouldn't be doing that.
Wearing that.
Eating that.
Suck it up. Suck it in.
Boys don't cry.
Girls don't fight.
You can't do that.
You watch this.
There's no right way.
No wrong way.
Only your way.
Anybody.
Anytime.
Thrown up in the middle, 30-point lead. St Mary's have started brightly here. And winning the ruck contest is the big ruckman, Vaughan Clamp, clamping down on the opposition. Always wanted to use that line and overrunning it in the middle of the ground for the Hawks. Not able to get boot to ball was Quinn Mackay. Still out in the wing, footies to be won. Dancing in and out of tackles is Brodie Little of St Mary's. Feeds a hand pass out again. He's been good. Corelli drives him to half forward, and this man has been outstanding. This is Ty Kitchell. He kicks long and high, and he misses to the left-hand side, creating space and finding a way home comfortably to the social club room's end of the ground. The margin, 31 points. Opening minute of the second quarter on the Woodards Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard. Provin's Mitre 10, our major sponsor, kick back into play. Now can the Hawks get some fluent movement going down the line. Good mark taken by Mariner. Mariner takes the mark on the wing on the outer side. He looked to go inboard, looking for someone to mark. It wasn't quite taken. And then they get numbers around the footy, St Mary's. They're squeezing hard and sweating on the opposition every time they might get an opportunity. And if they don't take that opportunity, they're everywhere. Cohen goes up, takes on Clamp. It's line ball. Number of players go hard for the footy as the ball ends up at their feet. Up goes Jamison Cohen again. Not as tall. Well, he's tall than his father, Ian. As Corelli gets the hand pass out again. They dash away from contest at Mary's. Receiving the hand pass, Dean. Kick was partially smothered. Ricochets now to the wing. And it's taken. And then not able to get a target through Veal, but eventually he does. And ending up with it is Sam Stevens on the outside, on the broadcast wing. Kicks to half forward. Mark wasn't completed by St Mary's Saraceno. And then getting a shot at goal and missing to the right-hand side. Again, they had numbers at the drop, and they've been very good picking up. Ground ball gets St Mary's inside 50 as Sam Stevens, another behind. 5-8, 38 to 1 straight 6. Margin 32 points. Here's Brommel to the outer side of the ground for Hawthorn Citizens. High ball, long ball, Clears the oncoming traffic. Mariner grabs it. He's grabbed in a tackle as well. Swung around. Ball lands inside. Good tackle laid, though, to ensure that St Mary's couldn't get away again from another ball turned over. Lucas Wheatley did well to hold them up for Hawthorn citizens. Clamp jumps high, wins the footy down for St Mary's. Bursting from the contest, Chambers drives inside 50. Out in front, the mark wasn't completed for the Hawks by Grummett, but there's a terrific shot at goal as it was rode magnificently off the pack. And Nick Perry has kicked the goal. His old man has just said he's like him, a magnificent goal as he rode brilliantly and kicks the second goal of the match. Like father, like son, the boy from Scotch ends up and kicks the goal. Well done. 2 straight 12 to 5-8 38 on the Woodhards Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard. I think his old man's going to be absolutely taken to the cleaners on social media throughout the week. We're just having some fun here on Game Face. Step down in the middle of the ground. They all love it, and they get an opportunity to win another possession. Good play. Couple of players combining brilliantly. Kane Emery, one of them. Wheatley, the other. Wheatley ends up in the old 1-2. His kick didn't go very far as he was taken down at a tackle. Out of defence. Again, Dean receives a hand pass. He's their rebounding player. Close to best on ground so far. As he gets another hand pass out wide to his teammate in Charlie Seraphin. But his hand pass doesn't really reach the target and it's out of bounds on the wing. So the margin, 26 points. Good play by Perry, playing his role in that forward line when the mark wasn't completed. Tapped down by Big Clamp again of St Mary's. Tossed out to Corelli. Corelli bounces it along the turf cleverly, keeping it alive for St Mary's. They managed to get a hurry boot to ball through Boskovski, and it goes inside 50. Waiting down, a couple of forwards are there, and they're able to raffle it and kick a goal. And Ty Kitchell was the player that received the hand pass in the goal squares. They just got it inside 50. They managed to outnumber the Hawks in the contest with about 4-2, well inside the 20-metre forward zone, 15 metres out from goal, if not closer, near the 10-metre goal square, and they've kicked another one. 6-8, 44 to 2 straight 12 on the Woodhards Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard. Charlie Bukowski's old man's in the box as well, so I'll make sure I'll give him plenty of possessions throughout the day too. Got to keep the family happy. Thrown up in the middle of the ground. Clamp wins it down again. Out of the middle. Taken high. It's got to be Chambers' free kick. It is for the Hawks. Behind the centre circle. He'll drive it long. High floating ball in the sun towards full forward. Mark not completed. Waiting at the front. Good play again by Emery, who's been very good coming into the side today, with a number of players pulling out this morning for Hawthorn citizens. Tap towards the boundary. They managed to keep it alive, St Mary's. Little hand pass towards the boundary. Didn't quite find the target, and it'll be thrown back into play. Comes out again from the tap of Clamp down to Seraphin. Hits the target with a half-distance pass. Hugging the boundary around the outer side. But that kick's not great. And Rutter looking to try and keep it alive for the citizens. Not able to. And off hands and out of bounds, about 55 from goal. The target was Kitchell, who's been pretty good today. Candidate for our best on ground for the £15 Cafe, brand new sponsor. Augustus Gelatira also on board too, best gelati in town. Thrown back in, trying to emerge from the contest, and he eventually does after beating a couple of tackles, and he bounces up, is Lucas Wheatley. And now they kick into the middle of the ground as they tried to switch it, and Ollie Stanby dropped the mark he probably should have taken, and then a tackle's laid. And it's holding the ball. An advantage is called. Stanby picks up the loose ball. Mariner gets out on his own and marks it right half forward. Very open forward line. Playing with 17 men today, the Hawks. The margin 32 points. We've played nearly 8 minutes in the second quarter. So we'll see what Mariner can do here. Slightly right of centre half forward. 45 from goal. It's a good kick. It's on line for a long way, then fades away for a behind. 2-1-13 to 6-8-44. The margin 31 points. Woodard's Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard. An opportunity if you're looking to sell your property in the East Doncaster area where Woodard's of Manningham is based. Been around for over 100 years. And this current business 9 years. And you're involved with the YJFL club. The kick-out's a good one, although intercepted by Brommel. Plenty of distance on it. We'll get back to Stasi and the crew shortly. Gee, what a bullet pass that was, right on the chest of Chambers. As good a kick as you're likely to see at this level. Low and flat. Young Finn's father's a Mad Key Melbourne supporter just in front of us. Was in their timekeeper's box last week. He would have been impressed with that, like we all were. Slightly left of centre half forward. Looking to kick their third goal and cut the margin to 25 points. I'm sure he won't be too worried about the footy today against West Coast. Money for jam for the Demons, the unbeaten Demons. High kick, right over the goal umpire's cap. Another one on the board, 3-1-19. 6-8-44. Yeah, Stasi Agimus has been around with his business, Woodard's of Manningham, for 9 years in the East Doncaster area. So if you're involved with a YJFL club and you're looking to list your property in the East Doncaster area, go and see Stasi and his team, and they will give the club, from the sale of the property, there will be a cash bonus given to your YJFL club of choice. And same with a rental property that you're thinking of putting up for rent. Go and see their property management team, and they will also put a cash bonus up as part of the rent to the YJFL team of choice. Tap down again by Clamp. Kitchell does well to win the clearance. Dean takes a good mark, just outmarks his opponent. Good contest. Kicks St Mary's inside 50. Nice kick, almost at the back. The mark was taken, but he couldn't quite hang on to it. It was Veal. And again, they get a hurry kick inside 50. And the defence of the Hawks hold up, just getting themselves back into the game a bit. Margin 25 points. The kick is okay. Will hit a target and find Wheatley. Wheatley kicks into the middle of the ground. Wobbly ball. Didn't get to Chambers. In front, big Clamp. His hand pass also didn't quite go where it was intended for. Taken in a tackle was Emery. Swung around a long way and he's thrown that football. And the tackle was laid by Zach Johnson, who got the game going for St Mary's with a lovely goal and finds a player all on his own as the Hawks had sort of run forward a bit and getting out the back and taking a comfortable mark for a shot at goal is Kai Veal. Slightly left of centre half forward and looking to increase the margin out past 5 goals again. 6-8-44 to 3-1-19. Province Mitre 10, our major sponsor. Mighty helpful Province Mitre 10. He kicks through the footy and it just fades away at the last minute and goes through for a behind. Just before Tom Conroy could take the mark. So back into play. Wobbly ball to the outer side of the ground and it goes out. Leading in the race for St Mary's, hoping to keep it in, was Connor Finnan, and it'll be thrown back into play. From behind, Jamison Cohen wins it down for the Hawks. Not quite able to pick it up. He's come from Fitzroy this year, young Jamison. A couple of his mates from Fitzroy hung up the boots, and a lot of his mates from Carey lived in the area, so he thought he'd go down there. Very big club, Hawthorn Citizens, close to the boundary. Kept alive by Ty Kitchell again. Zach Johnson was running out of room in his endeavours to find a target very close to the boundary in the dugout there. The Hawks dugout, of which there are no interchange players there because they've only got 17 players available. He finds the boundary with the attempted underground hand pass. The clearance won by the Hawks. They kick it down the outer side of the ground. Chambers reads it best, takes the mark inside, and now he wheels inboard. That's a nice kick. And now they have a chance for a shot at goal. Player brought down. Great tackle. He was going into an open goal for the Hawks, but excellent tackling by St Mary's. And they'll find a target in Dean. Has been one of the best on the ground. In fact, it's Kitchell. He gets the hand pass out. Doesn't quite sit for his teammate who eventually picks it up. This is Max Kinnear. Kinnear kicks towards half forward. That's an old-fashioned name in footy, isn't it? Now the hand pass comes out again to Dean, who just keeps running. Swivels out of one tackle, swivels out of two. This will be goal of the day if he kicks it and it bounces through. That is outstanding. He took the hand pass on the outside. He's a classy player. A couple of tackles. One very good effort by Noah Croker. He was on his knees trying to hang on. He swiveled out of one and a second. Took a blind turn and steadied from 40 metres and could have got our goal of the day for the Grange Meat Company, which is based just down the road. The Grange Meat Company, excellent quality, excellent service. Or visit in-store at 178 Grange Road, Elphington, and of course our seafood station for our mark of the day for the freshest Australian seafood in Melbourne. We cater for all your needs. So 32-point lead, 7 minutes left in the second quarter, 7-9, 51 to 3-1, 19. Thrown up in the middle of the ground. Clamp wins it down. Dean, a rare fumble in the middle too. St Mary's try and get it out. There's Kitchell again, who's been good. He flicks it out brilliantly on the outside. Taken by Zach Thomas. Thomas kicks his team St Mary's inside 50. No mark taken. Corrales at the fall. Feeds a little hand pass on the outside. Kept alive. Tapped along the boundary, but only momentarily. Couldn't get enough on it was Paskovsky. He tried very hard to paddle that to his team's advantage and maybe try and paddle it inboard without putting it on the up and giving away a throw. Did it quite cleverly. Boundary throw in 35 from goal. 32-point lead for St Mary's. They're deep into attack. Clamp the tap down again. Number of players fight hard for the footy. Defensive give now. Picked up by Thomas. Thomas hooks a kick. He was right on the arc of 50. Well inside 50. Bouncing ball. Then a shot towards goal. But the defence is there again to clear for the Hawks. Last line of defence. That's a nice centering ball to centre half back. But Chambers had a number of opponents on him. Picked up by Grummett now. Grummett throws it on the boot. Kicks towards the wing. Number of players overrun it. Working hard with Stanby. He couldn't get it. He got overwhelmed by the St Mary's numbers, which has been a feature of their play today. When there's a loose ball to be won. 7-9, 51 to 3-1, 19. Woodard's Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard. 32-point lead. Thrown up once more. Clamp wins it down. Going through, trying to grab the footy as Emery. At the back now, Chambers. Handball on the outside to Grummett. Grummett, a spiral punt kick towards half forward. Mariner can't take the mark. Rebounds out of defence now to St Mary's. Blake Hamilton drives it long. It was a big booming kick from Hamilton. He got plenty on that. And now they can drive it inside 50. No mark taken. At the back, good defensive work by the Hawks. Throw it on the boot. Brommel kicks towards the wing on the outer side, a bouncing ball. Who's going to get it first? And it's taken by Jet McDorton, who was very prominent in the first quarter. And they keep going as they drive inside 50, a skidding ball. Some of their disposal inside 50, probably not as good as they'd like, St Mary's, considering all the repeat entries they're having at the social club rooms end of the ground. Loose ball comes out again, and if he can pick it up, Thomas, he might be in the van here. He hooks it around the body towards the teeth of goal. Knocked down again. Handball comes out towards full forward, and there's a shot at goal off the edge of the boot and missing to the left-hand side. On that occasion was Pasovsky. He got it at the front of the pack. He did pretty well. He had oncoming traffic there. Just had to kick it cleverly. He didn't miss by too much. So the Hawks back into play, trailing by 33. Wheatley waiting down, front and square, can't rove it. His teammate Grummett says one of their best players arches the back, has a bounce, and on the left kills a nice kick around the body and a good mark on the wing. That kick's not brilliant. It almost misses the target. That was young AJ Merry, and eventually turned over for the moment by St Mary's, but they can't extricate themselves from the contest, and the umpire says, give it to me. Justin Alinde was in there for the Saints. Attacking side of the wing for the Hawks. Overrunning at Emery, got it back from a slick hand pass, and then he kicks towards Mariner. Finger tipper, recovers well, handballs out now to Chambers. Chambers a high snap at goal. It's a great effort. Candidate for goal of the day under the pump off one step for the Grange Meat Company in Elphington, and he's kicked a ripper. That was well done by Chambers, just snuck it in, had to kick it quickly. He had a number of players around him attempting to put pressure, but he managed to put it on the boot very, very quickly And an excellent goal kicked by Obi Chambers of the Hawks. And they stay in touch with their accurate kicking. They've had 5 scoring shots to 17, 4-1-25 to 7-10-52, approaching half-time. Just over 3 minutes remaining. That was a great goal, that. I think it's the favourite for the goal of the day. Still looking for our mark of the day for the seafood station. Tap down again. Out of the middle goes Wheatley. He'll receive a hand pass once more. Drive his team towards half forward. He's been pretty handy, but not able to keep it alive with the Hawks. They went a little bit wide, that outer side. That was Emery, who's been another good inclusion today. Very lively, whether it be in the midfield on the wing or sort of up forward, higher forward. Boundary throw-in, 55 from goal. Beautiful afternoon now. Boundary throw-in's a bit shallow and the umpire has instructed the boundary umpire to go again. I can understand that. I've never been able to boundary umpire, the worst boundary umpire in the world. No strength. Don't need enough wheat bix or spinach. Back into play again. Fisted down by Cohen from behind. Chambers is there. Wheatley once more has been good this quarter. He manages to arch the back and get out of a tackle. Chambers handballs it forward of the play. And he tried to get it back, but intercepted again by Dean, who's been outstanding. Kitchell's involved in the chain as well. And it's kicked down the line. Thomas also was making an impact with his shepherding and running on the inside for St Mary's. And it's out of bounds on the outer wing. 27-point lead, just over a minute left in the second quarter. Around about this time in the first match today, there was a bad injury to Thomas Tompkin of Camberwell in the under-15 ones against St Mary's, forcing the game to be cancelled. Ambulance was called, but he is okay. As St Mary's won a clearance, Dean received a hand pass, taken at a tackle and holding the ball. So the Hawks managed to go for the 45. Daisy cut it to Rutter. Rutter will switch again. Player camped underneath it, takes a very, very good mark. And this is Ollie Stampy getting into the game. He kicks now into space. Taken by Mariner. Mariner dabs a half-distance pass to Emery. The two blondies. Now Emery kicks inside 50, looking for someone to mark. That's an excellent mark. Candidate for a mark of the day under duress for the seafood station. And chipping in, taking that mark is Connor Finnan. He's got the footy now. He looks to play on, has to turn an opponent inside out. Perry certainly made him earn that one. Very honest with his tackling and pressing inside, attacking 50. Feeding hand pass comes out, and it's taken by Dylan Kirby. Kirby kicks badly, and a turnover across half back. It's Charlie Grummett, and he'll kick down the ground again. And the siren sounds, and the Hawks, only 17 players available today. St Mary's have got 2 on the rotation, so they've got 20. They're dominating this game, but the Hawks are at least battling hard. They've just been beset by injuries after being unbeaten in their opening 4 games and just can't get a full list out on the park at the moment. A lot of them playing school footy and pulling up sore. And, well, the flu has hit schools, particularly private schools here in Scotch College in particular, have been very badly hit over the last couple of days or so. And it's not COVID, it's the well-known flu that we all suffer from time to time. So if you haven't had your flu shot yet, this is a community service announcement. Get onto it. Hawthorn Citizens 4-1-25 thanks to Proven's Mitre 10. Mighty helpful Proven's Mitre 10 on the Woodards Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard. St Mary's is 7-10-52. And, of course, our Best on Ground award today, one of our new sponsors, £15 Cafe. Back for the second half shortly. Get your game face on.
In life,
You have to play by the rules. Fit in.
don't be too thin.
Or too bulky.
You have to be perfect.
Try harder. Go faster.
Know your limits.
Calm down.
You shouldn't be doing that.
Wearing that.
Eating that.
Suck it up. Suck it in.
Boys don't cry.
Girls don't fight.
You can't do that.
You watch this.
There's no right way.
No wrong way.
Only your way.
Anybody.
Anytime.
G'day to all the Yarra Junior Football League clubs. Gameface is excited to be back in the YJFL again in 2022, And we're here to tell you about how you can get involved in all the great things we have to offer this year. Starting off with our popular digital media services packages. Let Gameface take care of your social media packages with engaging content posted directly to your channels on your behalf. Content will consist of action photography from Frankie, which will bring player profiles, game day promos, motion graphics and more to the next level. Take advantage of a professional media day which puts your players in the spotlight for video content throughout the season. Road Crew will see our team out and about on training nights and game days, interviewing your players and giving your club exposure on social media. Sponsor videos are a great way to show appreciation to your partners, whether posting the ads on Facebook or using the videos to promote them in the club rooms. Recognise your award winners and milestone gamers with poster designs. Printing is also available for a memorable recognition piece. Select a package which includes Game Day Vision, and your club will receive 2 games filmed siren to siren with a highlights package to get everyone excited and engaged with your sponsors. And finally, our very popular live stream broadcasts. Along with our weekly broadcasts at YJFL HQ Ford Park, if you become part of the Gameface family, we'll set up the broadcast team for a live stream day at your club, featuring all the live action for 2 consecutive games with full play-by-play commentary and on-screen graphics. Rotate parents, players or sponsors onto the broadcast for interviews and special comments, and make this the day that your club is up in lights. Select a package that fits your club's needs. Inquire with us today to find out how you can get any of our services for your club in season 2022. And get your game face on.
Do you want to generate $2,000 a week for your club? Stand out from the crowd of generic websites? Now that I have your attention, let me walk you through how ClubZone can supercharge your fundraising. Is it time for your club's website to be upgraded to a new, easy-to-use platform? Create a ClubZone website and experience the new benefits today. It's time to supercharge your fundraising. ClubZone is everything your club will need to raise money. It's time to have an all-in-one website for your club's important news, information, sponsorship, e-commerce, ticketing, membership, and much more. There is no need to complicate things with cash when you can run everything through your website. Get your own online store to sell anything and everything. Memberships, apparel, merchandise, memorabilia, and more. For the club that has to juggle everything, ClubZone's easy to use and easy to build website solves your problems. No need to update the latest news on your homepage. ClubZone will have an auto-generated newsfeed straight from your Facebook feed. Open up your club's sponsorship opportunities and showcase and sell packages online to build their exposure. Set up fundraisers like never before with a fully automated raffle system. Ensure that you keep your fundraising events professional. Clubzone's integrated ticketing system is for all of your online and physical events. Take things to another professional level with ticket scanning functionality. We know help desk tools are one of the most integral tools when it comes to supporting our customer base successfully. That's why we are constantly building on our in-depth information centre for your use. Get the full Clubzone experience for just $14.80 a week.
So it's half time at Ford Park South, and the next 2 weekends, our feature games won't be here at Ford Park South or Ford Park North because a couple of big days for the YJFL. They've got their under-8s day. They're playing an under-8 carnival on this venue, broken up into 3 separate ovals, and also next door on Ford Park North. And then the following week will be the under-9 carnival as well. So we'll be at Koonung Park at Bulleen for the feature matches for the YJFL the next 2 weekends for Provin's Mitre 10 and Woodard's Real Estate of Manningham, along with the Seafood Station and the Grange Meat Company. So some work here for Hawthorn citizens to do, but considering they've only got 17 players, I reckon they're okay. 4-1-25 to 7-10-52 on the Woodard's Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard. A number of these young guys too played in the under-15 match earlier in the year, or the 15-year-old representative team earlier in the year against the South Metro competition. It was part of the curtain raiser before the Collingwood St Kilda round 1 match back in March, including Zach Johnson, Corrali and Dean of St Mary's, and Grummett and Croker of Hawthorn Citizens, 21 and number 30. And Croker's been solid. Corrali, number 4, was at the centre bounce here. There'll be a secondary one. The 2 ruckmen managed to neutralise it. Clamp wins it again, but taken defensively by Wheatley. Kicks around the corner, but again St Mary's have got numbers. Defensive side of the centre square. The hand pass comes out now to Sam Stevens. Stevens tried to get a hand pass on the outside. He did, getting his way through traffic, evading tackles. The hand pass comes clear once more. Stevens gets it back. Floating hand pass, worth a kick by Langley. And again, they keep coming. Picked up at half forward by Langley once more. Helped his teammate out. Gets it to Corrali, who steps around 1, steps around 2. And off the edge of the boot, that's coming back, but not enough. Hits the left goal post for a behind. That would have been a spectacular goal. Candidate for goal of the day for the Grange Meat Company. 7-11-53 to 4-1-25. Kick back into play. And the mark taken by Rutter for the Hawks on the outer side. 5 scoring shots to 18. He floats the ball down the wing. And a good interception by Clamp. High ball. Inside 50. No mark taken again. Probably should have been taken. And close to the boundary. Another opportunity goes begging for St Mary's, who are getting it deep, but the Hawks aren't keeping their men back as much as they would like at the moment. They're sort of managing to get the ball out the back, but not making the most of their opportunities, St Mary's, when they are kicking long at the Ivanhoe end. It was kicked back into play. Stevens had taken the mark. And they'll go back again. So 29-point lead. Brommel makes the lead. He's on his own. Croker kicks to the outer side of the ground. High ball. And a very good mark completed by Wheatley. He's been one of the better players for the Hawks. He's at half back, just inside defensive 50. Kicks down the line. High ball again. Interception Stevens, who's had a good few minutes to kick off this quarter for St Mary's. He plays on quickly. He drives it long, well inside 50. Bouncing ball. Again, no one can take the mark. Trying to get the footy out and doing okay for Skovsky, but it got turned over again. Emery after it. Can't pick it up for the Hawks. Again, the defensive wall's in place for St Mary's and they emerge with it, but they've run out of room and it'll be a boundary throw-in. Going to do the ruck work now. The big fella for St Mary's, Dylan Kirby, helping out Clamp. Jamison Cohen is the ruckman for the Citizens. Stevens wins another possession of clearance. Gets the hand pass out to Langley, who pumps the hand pass free, but it's chopped off. High ball by the Citizens towards the wing on the outer side. Grummett goes up, gets a hand on it for the Hawks, puts it over the boundary. But all the play on that outer side, probably around about the attacking side of the wing towards half forward for St Mary's, heading to the Ivanhoe end in this second half. Boundary throw-in. Clamp the tap. At the drop, Corrali. Taken in a tackle. Well held, going nowhere. Mariner had him wrapped up nicely. It'll be thrown up. Clamp again the tap. Corelli after it. Overrunning it, the big figure of Quinn Mackay. Spills out the back again. They've got loose men. Stevens has had a great third term so far. And then he was shoved in the side, forces that left foot kick to slew away. And out of bounds on the fall, and Finn Brommer will take it underneath the scoreboard. 29 points in arrears, but they can't get it past half back at the moment. There's another horrible kick that is turned over. Here's Corelli trying to get a handle on it. Taking it a tackle inside 50. Brommel gets a hand pass. Brommel does well to lay a tackle, and then the hand pass comes out and a shot at goal. Just misses to the left-hand side as they blaze away, and the kick on that occasion came from Seraphin. Getting their hands pretty good as Croker manages to get Mariner. Mariner in short now to Rutter, looking to run off half-back. That's a better ball to the outer side of the ground, almost taking the mark. Clamp. Grabbing the ball at the back, kicking it around the corner, Blake Hamilton. Turned over again by the Hawks, missing targets. Emery in pursuit, can't get it. Mackay tried to spin out of tackles. He's taken in 2 or 3 of them and eventually called holding the ball. Playing on quickly, Dean, also part of that Carnival team. That's an outstanding mark, crashing the pack as he kicked high towards the goal square. And that is a ripper. Taken by Blake Hamilton, another player that played in that representative match for the Yarra Junior Football League at the start of the season. Zach Johnson, great mark. Lead 30 points, probably the favourite for the Seafood Station mark of the day. And it looks pretty good off the boot, but again, not quite good enough, missing to the left-hand side. So they've had 21 scoring shots to 5. They're right on top here, but they can't put them away on the Woodard's Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard. Played nearly 6 minutes in the quarter. Back into play. The Hawks, they go very, very wide, and it's out of bounds on the full. They probably need to change direction and head towards the broadcast side a bit because they're just getting caught up on that dead side of the ground. Thomas into play. Kick is intercepted by Wheatley. Taken in a tackle. His hand pass misses the target outside defensive 50. Goes in again, and the umpire's going to pick out a free kick. And Emery will be the recipient. He's at half back underneath the pine trees. He delivers down the line, and a good mark close to the line taken by Cohen. As I mentioned, played at Fitzroy and then decided because he lived near Hawthorn Citizens and his schoolmates played there that he would go and play there. Kicks down the line. Again, no mark taken. Off hands, loose ball. Wing out aside. The umpire's going to pick out a free kick and it'll go to the Citizens again. On the wing. High ball. Rutter. Almost a good finger tipper. Under the pump. Getting the hand pass free, St Mary's. In the road, Mackay. Mackay knocks it towards the boundary. Tried to hear a voice of a teammate, and that teammate was Wheatley. He couldn't get it. Mackay goes back in again, upended. Brought down at a tackle right in front of the St Mary's dugout, and the umpire says, I will throw it up. All the play on that outer side between the arcs at the moment. 7:14:56 to 4:1:25. It was tapped out, and Grummett couldn't get much boot to ball there for the Hawks. And it'll be another boundary throw-in. Clamp and Jamison Cohen doing the ruck work. Cohen for the Hawks. Good hand pass, Grummett through traffic. Hard on the boundary. Wheatley's had a very good quarter. Kicks quickly, and Perry takes the mark. Perry low and flat, but didn't lower the eyes, and Hamilton intercepts at half-back for St Mary's. Delivers into the middle of the ground, and away they go now. They've got players, if they can get into the right position. Ketchell turns out of one tackle. Couldn't quite turn out of the second that was placed on him, but he did well to get it down in the direction of Zach Johnson, who swings a lovely kick goalward and just misses to the left-hand side. Good pressure by the Hawks made Johnson and St Mary's work for it. Again, another flying shot. They're certainly having a ping. 7:16:58 to 4:1:25. Kicked a lot of behind so far this quarter. The coach might do the same to them collectively at three-quarter time. Kick back into play. An excellent intercept mark taken by Jet McNaughton. Feeds a hand pass out to Corelli. Corelli, a centering ball. Oh, mark was dropped as the opposition came. Got them front on, put some pressure on. Picked up now a snap at goal as he broke a couple of tackles and doing a good job to get his boot to ball. Kai Veal, he didn't miss by too much, another behind. They're getting players at the drop, aren't they? So it'll be kicked back into play by Emery, and then Wheatley had space and he dropped the mark he probably should have taken just outside defensive 50 for the Hawks. 7-16-58 to 4-1-25, margin 33 points. Woodard's Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard. Provins Mitre 10, our major sponsor today. Boundary throw in. Trying to emerge from the contest. St Mary's through Jet McNaughton. Hand pass misses the target, out of bounds. The Hawthorn Citizens have had Noah Anderson, who starring for Gold Coast today in their surprise shellacking of Fremantle. And also Campbell Brown come from their club, played at Hawthorn and Gold Coast. McNaughton, a hand pass in heavy traffic, gets it out to Stevens now from the stoppage. High up and under kick for St Mary's, tapped down again. Stevens, another possession, lost control, regained it, knocked it down. Jet McNaughton tried to get it out to his teammate Dean. Now here's Corrali, he's confronted, taken in tackles, but high. He's one of the smallest guys out there. I thought their pressure was pretty good, the Hawks, inside defensive 50, and Corrali saw just a nest of Hawks around him, and he stopped like he was dropped, and then he got taken high as an opponent got him from behind. The margin 33 points, under 10 minutes left in the third quarter. They've had all these behinds and all these shots at goal. The ball has lived inside the attacking 50 at the Ivanhoe end, the end that St Mary's are kicking to. The home of Blake Caracella, Essendon assistant coach, former Essendon and Brisbane Premiership player. He floats one high, he floats one long. The Stephen Kernahan mongrel punt, a few Carlton supporters in the box, and he's kicked it. 8-16-64, Hawthorn Citizens 4-1-25, and the margin 39 points on the Woodard's Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard. And they've been around for over 100 years, Woodard's as a company, and the Manningham branch has been going for the past 9 years, run by Stasi Agimus and his team. Go down and see him. And if you are thinking of selling your house, cash bonus to anyone who's a member of a YJFL team from the sale of their property, the same in regard to renting their property. Thrown up in the middle again. Clamp the tap. Defensive side, the Hawks will kick it inside 50. Nice ball by Jamison Cohen, the ruckman. He followed it up nicely. Dean's been good at half back. Tackle, stymied him, but he still managed to get a hand pass out to Stevens. Had it circumvented by Chambers, who kicks into bodies for the Hawks. Front edge centre square, and it's thrown up once more. So 39-point lead for St Mary's, 8-16-64 to the Hawks. Look like they might lose their second game in a row, missing so many key players. That's a great hand pass. Stevens on the outside, 25-metre farming hand pass to Thomas. Thomas kicks down the line to the wing. Off hands, taken by Veal. He's also held up in a tackle, but he gets the hand pass forward again to Kitchell. He's confronted in a tackle. Back to Veal, good sharing of the footy. He does want to grubber it along the ground. Good play by Boskovsky, but the hand pass eventually was knocked down. Thomas follows it up, butters up, and his hand pass is taken by an opponent inside defensive 50. And then the tackling is outstanding, and another free kick against the Hawks for being tackled from behind and not disposing of the football in the correct manner. Kitchell has had a very good match so far, right half forward, and a candidate for our best on ground for the £15 Cafe, one of our many sponsors on Game Fates, as part of the YJFL. Augustus Gelatieri as well. Here's Kitchell. It's off the side of the boot, but not even a behind, out of bounds on the full, missed by a country mile. 8-16-64 to 4-1-25. Hawks have not scored this quarter and hardly got the ball forward. Into play straight down the middle. Conroy's been quiet, takes the mark at half back. He handballs to Emery, who's tried to give them run, probably been their best player. Kicks it long. Once again, they've got the numbers back, St Mary's. Getting back is Finneran, and he has support. Now he drops a little pass high, too long for Stevens, and intercepting again is Big Mackay for the Hawks. Feeds a hand pass out now. Croker takes on a couple of opponents, weaves around 2 or 3 and then kicks towards half forward on the outer side. Bouncing ball getting close to the boundary. Might be retrieved by Blake Hamilton, has been solid at half back. His hand pass was intercepted by Obi Chambers of the Hawks. He couldn't get a decent possession. Wheatley and Perry coming to lend their teammates support. And I think there might be a free kick in there, will be. It'll go the Hawks' way. Right half forward. Kicking down the line. Ball inside 50. No mark completed. Loose contest. Chambers nearly had it. And then, what's that holding the ball? It's got to go the other way, doesn't it? It has to go the other way. I didn't think he had control of the football anyway. The umpires do a great job, and a free kick will go the way of St Mary's. Kick towards the wing. Off hands. Taken by Corelli. Feeds a hand pass out. They'll drive it long inside 50 now towards half forward. Kitchell nearly stole it from his opponent, did well. Then he lays a good tackle as the Hawks were trying to get away. And there's going to be a free kick which will go the way of the Hawks across half back. Conroy with the free kick. He had it intercepted, coming the other way, bringing it to ground as Max Kadir. And now St Mary's back inside 50. Not taken cleanly by Kitchell, but he feeds the hand pass out on the run, and a shot at goal is missed. And that was by Saraceno, who did well to run quickly. Take it on the run, 8:17.65 to 4:1.25, and the margin 40 points. In short, Mackay receives. Back pocket out of side. Tall player. He gets the hand pass back now to Brommel, who gave it to him initially. Now he heads towards the open side, the commentary side. Contest at ground level. Who's going to get there first? Bit of pushing and shoving. Rutter nearly pushed out of it. Then he has to lay a tackle. Good contest with Corelli, who was with him, a smaller man, who puts it over the boundary in the tackle, forcing the hand pass not to hit a target and go over the boundary after he was swung around by Rutter in a good battle between those two footballers. Boundary throw in. Clamp gets it down to Dean. Dean flicks it through traffic again, looking for McNaughton to run onto it. McNaughton then feeds a hand pass out, taken by Seraphin. Seraphin got the hand pass out, which was again intercepted by the best player for the Hawks in Emery. Emery just did a magnificent job, but his kick misses the target. Again taken at the back. They've got numbers everywhere. And it's taken cleverly by Seraphin as another one has rebounded cleverly off half back. But again, another hand pass. There's one hand pass too many from St Mary's at the moment. They've got a big lead, but eventually McNaughton gets an outlet kick, drives long to fall forward, and a great mark in the goal square. They've just got to get it on the boot a bit more often, St Mary's, and instead of trying to overdo the hand passing, because the Hawks' pressure is pretty good, and it's marked by Johnson, who gets up gingerly limping, and he kicks the goal from a couple of metres out. 9:17.71 to 4:1.25. Margin out to 46 points. It's been all St Mary's quarter. The only problem is their inability to put the score on the board with more majors. But they've got the lead out to 46 points. The under-16 First Division team after the under-15 match today, also involving St Mary's, of which they had a pretty good lead when the match was called off. As there was an incident just before half-time and a player from Camberwell Sharks got injured. Apparently he is okay. Got tackled and his neck was stretched in the tackle and he heard a bit of a crack, but luckily it's not as serious as first thought. Free kick out of the ruck for Jamison Cohen, who probes a kick inside 50, but it's cut off at half-back by Dean, who's been enormous today. Dean will switch towards the broadcast side for St Mary's, and that's a big mark to Seraphin, another one who's had a very good match. Seraphin marking just behind the wing. Seraphin lowers the eyes, kicks it nicely. Another player's had a big match in Ty Kitchell. Kitchell kicks down the line to Corelli, a star too. Corelli at right half forward. Darts a kick inside 50. Mark not completed at the back by Wheatley for the Hawks, but they managed to clear it, and Wheatley will go in after it. But again has it intercepted by St Mary's. Their pressure has been enormous, and they get it back towards the top of the goal square. And Corelli is always there. If he can't get to one contest, he'll get to the next. And he was there with the squaring ball, marking 30 out directly in front. And he's right in the mix for BOG as well. Inside the last 2 minutes of the second quarter. A coverage today for Provin's Mitre 10. Mighty helpful, Provin's Mitre 10. And Corelli from 30 metres out for the 10th goal. They get the lead past 50 points. And Corelli kicks a terrific goal. 10:17.77 to 4:1.25 on the Woodards Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard. And just his work rate and his running. We saw him just a minute before set up that ball inside 50 with his outside run around the broadcast side in front of our commentary position here in the timekeeper's box at Ford Park South in Ivanhoe. And then he managed, when the kick came in his vicinity, jump into the hole, 35 out from goal and take the mark. So it's 52 points for the under-16 First Division team of St Mary's, very famous team. Tap down again in the middle of the ground. Clamp got the tap, roved by Emery, held up at a tackle, feeds a hand pass out to Wheatley, and he's going to be penalised for holding the ball, and I'm not sure he had prior opportunity. But anyway, free kick goes the way, and it's banged long by Brodie Little of St Mary's. Big kick inside 50. Gee, didn't he kick that long and hard? Absolutely kicked the leather off that. And a big mark taken by Zach Johnson. Big lump of a lad. We mentioned earlier was in that interleague team that played that curtain raiser match against South Metro for the YJFL at the start of the year for the Collingwood St Kilda AFL Round 1 game. And he has an opportunity to kick another. His third, increase his team's lead. Finally found the range at goal after being very inaccurate at the start of the quarter. That's a gun barrel straight long goal. He made that look simple, like shelling peas. 11-17-83 to 4-1-25. Margin out to 58 points right on three-quarter time. My timing is impeccable. Well done, boys. We did that in sync. 11-17-83. Big quarter of footy by St Mary's. They were inaccurate early, but they found the range with 4 goals won in the last 8 minutes. The Hawks struggled to get the ball past the attacking 50. They've obviously got a lot of injuries, lacking a couple of players, lacking numbers, but they're battling manfully 4-1-25, and they're staring at their second defeat in a row, the Hawthorn Citizens. If they get all their players back, they'll obviously be much better, but when many of them play school footy on a Saturday in the APS system, it's a bit hard for them to double up on a Sunday. Some of them finding it very difficult anyway. So 58 points the lead at three-quarter time. We'll take a break thanks to Provins Mitre 10. Mighty helpful Provins Mitre 10, and be back with the last quarter shortly.
As the real estate industry is ever-changing, our priority as a business is to create unity within our office and into our clients' homes. With regular training sessions, a solid support network, and plenty of in-house experience, we are proud of the difference we are making. Refining our team's skill set has led to significant growth over the last year. Our senior property management team bring passion, professionalism, and knowledge into their individual roles, ensuring a high level of satisfaction with all clients. With the introduction of new marketing strategies, we've been able to provide clients with the best possible reporting systems, allowing us to gauge success on each campaign.
You know, it's one of the most stressful things you can do to sell your home.
Maintaining long-term client relationships has been a huge factor in our agency's success. We highly value working with our community and have been partnered with the Fitzroy Doncaster Cricket Club for the last 4 years now, and the Venator Club for the past 6 years. Priding our work ethic on honesty and loyalty means a trusting environment for all involved. Our service is driven by the team's motivation to continually improve the real estate experience.
Welcome back to Ford Park South. It is three-quarter time, the last game of today. It's been a bit of a drama-packed day with the first match today of the games we were broadcasting. There's been a full program, 4 matches right from 9 o'clock this morning as there is here at Ford Park South, which is the featured ground as part of the Yarra Junior Football League. And St Mary's have had a doubleheader. Their under-15 First Division team were leading the Camberwell Sharks just before half-time when the match was called off due to an injury to one of the Camberwell Sharks players. The umpires deemed that the break had been more than the required time, even though there was a bit of a debate about whether it was or not, that the ambulance came
many people that know the rules within the required 30 minutes, allowing the game to continue. And that young player, Thomas Timms, is recovering, and it should be okay, which is great news. But 11-17-83 St Mary's. Hawthorn sits 4-1-25. The president, hard-working president of the very famous St Mary's Football Club, Dean Arnell, has joined me. Dean, it's been one of those days today for you, hasn't it?
It's been a long day. I think most Sundays the phone never stops, but it's been look, it's good to see the kids back on the park this year, more importantly.
Does it drive you mad that the phone doesn't stop?
Look, it's all part of it. It's all for a good cause. So
excellent. And the club's going well?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's just great to see the kids out there after a year off and then an interrupted year last year. So it's fantastic to see the kids out on the park and having a run around.
You're a famous club. You've had a lot of AFL players come through your system. How important is it to keep that legacy going?
Look, it's really important. More importantly, it's about giving kids a game of footy. But ultimately, if you run a good program, there is going to be a small percentage that go on and represent the club and at a higher level, which is fantastic. And but more importantly, it is about giving the kids a game of footy. And
I spoke to your son after the game today. He was a bit frustrated. That was an interesting scenario. You seemed to think, and I know Daniel Harper was keen to play too. He seemed to think there was enough time, but the umpires decided that they would be cautious and
yeah, look, and at the end of the day, no one was to know how quickly the ambulance was going to arrive and how quickly the boy, and more importantly, I believe that he's okay, was escorted into the ambulance and off. So it's one of those unusual things that you don't predict, and it's very hard to deal with it when it occurs. But I think most importantly, the health of the boys always got to come first.
Exactly right. And of course, you had a young player get injured last week too. That would have been pretty tough for you guys.
Yeah.
Max Brown, the son of the coach of the under-15s.
Yeah. So Paul Max actually broke a C7 bone in his neck.
He didn't know about it, did he? For a couple of days.
Quite innocuous. He thought he had a corky.
Yeah. Right. Wow.
And he trained Tuesday, Wednesday. I think he had school footy on Tuesday and just wasn't coming good. Got an X-ray done and very luckily found that it was something more serious, because if he had kept playing or kept training, it could have obviously been a lot worse.
So there wasn't any further damage done by going to training?
Don't believe so. I mean,
right. Keep going.
Not an expert, but from all reports it was occurred during the game. So.
And your under-16s look like they're in pretty good shape?
Look, they're going well. It's such an even competition, and the quality and standard of both the under-16 1 and the 15-1 competition is brilliant. I think any side on their day can beat any other side. It was only 3 or 4 weeks ago that I think Hawthorn beat St Mary's by about 5 goals, and obviously it's a reverse of that today. So I think we're just really lucky that the standard of football at this age group and at this quality is as high as it is.
Doesn't seem to have dropped off much, as Kane Emery, who's been, I think, Hawthorn's sixth best player today, came in with a lot of players out. He was running out of the centre, having won the clearance, but Corelli has been brilliant. It's hung on to him for dear life and got the free kick, and then spread it wide, and Blake Johnson got the hand pass out, and they kick inside 50, but that kick from Saraceno didn't find the target. It is out of bounds. We've got some players, of course, from this team that were part of the representative team earlier in the year.
We do. Josh, who you mentioned a moment ago, Josh Corelli, whose father coaches the St Mary's seniors team. He's a very good player. Ty Kitchell, who's had a fair bit of the ball again today, and Zach Johnson and Will Dean all played representative footy in part of that program.
I really was impressed with the game of Dean, especially early. Good runner off half back, isn't he?
Yeah, he's fantastic. He's improved out of sight over the last few years, and I think he has older brothers playing in the seniors as well.
So St Mary's, they play in the amateurs, is that right?
No, the seniors actually play in the Northern Footy League.
Oh, do they? Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're only, I think, 12 years old, the senior club, whereas the junior club, we celebrate our 50th year next year. Yeah,
well, I think I played against St Mary's on that ground I think I might have spoken to you about this, dude, many years ago when I played for Ivanhoe. And it was a difficult ground to play on then, certainly for us. We were at Chelsworth Park in those days. So you have been around a long time.
Yeah, yep.
And do you have a good relationship with the senior team?
Yeah, we do. It's interestingly, Trev Little, who's coaching the under-16s here today, he's assistant coach of the seniors.
Right.
And Ben Shelton, who runs our Auskick program, is actually coach of the under-19s, and he's a very good coach as well. So those links, I think, will ensure that both a lot of the boys playing in the under-16s today and the 15s before them, both very strong sides, will make for a good foundation, I think, for the seniors in years to come.
And what division are they in the seniors?
They're in second division.
Oh, that's good, isn't it?
Yep.
That's good. So they have to start at the bottom and then work their way up, which I think is the way to go, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. Do you think there are a chance in the next couple of years of going up as good tackles laid here?
Yeah, look, they're a young list, the seniors. So, as I said, I think the quality of their young players that they've got at the moment, and when, say, the crop of boys that are out there today that you see when they're sort of, a few years when they're playing senior football, it'll make for a pretty good team, I think. So
Thomas to Corrali, kicks towards half forward. Kirby couldn't quite take the mark. It's at ground level, and also trying to get involved as Paskovsky couldn't. And the ball's sort of in the middle of the ground again. They're just their recovery has been superb. Corrali has been brilliant today. He gets another hand pass out to McNaughton, who set it up early, but the defence holds firm. And of course, you've got a few girls that have been drafted into AFLW as well.
Yeah, we've got 4 actually playing at the moment in the AFLW. So Jess Fitzgerald was draft pick number 2. She's at the Bulldogs.
Yes.
We have
Rebecca Privatelli.
Rebecca Privatelli, at the GWS. Brooke Lachlan at Bulldogs as well.
Yes.
Who I think still holds the record for the most goals in an AFLW game with 7.
That's right.
And
she does too.
Sarah Sansonetti at Richmond.
Right.
So
you must be really proud about that.
Oh, it's amazing. It really is. Yeah.
From one club.
Yeah, and they've been great ambassadors for girls footy. We've last couple of years we've essentially created a couple of girls' sides from nowhere in the younger age groups, and they really do look up to those girls that have gone on and made something of their footy career.
So how challenging, as there's a shot at goal here, and this might have gone through. It's a great goal for the Hawks from left half forward, and he does like a goal, this young man. It's the 5th goal on the board. I'll just confirm that I think it is who I know it is. Young Perry's kicked that goal with the blue boots. His old man's in the box, so I just had to make sure, but I got it right. 5-1, 31 to 11, 17-83 on the Woodards of Manningham Real Estate scoreboard. Obviously it's a big challenge being the president at any time of a junior football club, but during COVID, how tough's that?
Yeah, look, it was certainly a challenge, that's for sure. Trying to keep families and kids engaged when obviously we're in lockdown and so forth. Looking at things like virtual training sessions for kids and so forth. But look, the things have bounced back pretty well. The kids were, they were ready to go.
Yeah.
So we probably did a lot more over summer when the shackles were removed than what would normally be the case because they'd missed out on so much. But it's hopefully it's just full steam ahead now.
Well, I better let you go because I know you've got a lot to do, but I really appreciate you coming up and having a chat and being so supportive of us for our coverage today. And hopefully we get an opportunity to call you guys and girls throughout the rest of the season, Dean.
And keep up the great work. Gameface
no
doing a
worries
great job.
Thanks, Dean.
Bye.
Dean Arnell, the president of the St Mary's Footy Club, joining us as the St Mary's team go forward and they try and lock it inside their attacking 50. The umpire lets it go and the Hawks manage to drive it out. Camped underneath, almost a very good mark completed there by Jet Langley. He couldn't quite hang on to it. Ball tips into the middle of the ground. It's a good contest between both teams. Again, the tackling pretty good by the Saints as they want to win possession. And both teams buttering up on second and third efforts in the middle of the ground. And the umpire says, I think I better ball this up because it's not really going anywhere. And on the bottom of the pack, the last man up is Zach Johnson of St Mary's, attacking side of the wing for the Saints, who lead by 52 points. We're about 6 minutes into the final quarter and racing away from the contest. Corrali, I think he's been best on ground. 40 metres out, lower the glasses and kick the goal. Magnificent goal. How good is he? His speed from the contest and his skill and his balance has been a delight today. And no wonder he was named in that representative team. He is a quality player, Josh Corrali. And they've got a good one there, St Mary's. Another talented youngster on their list. Good to see them have a great relationship. We've spoken about it many times throughout this season that some junior football clubs don't even have a relationship with their senior affiliates, but St Mary's certainly do. And we know the Northern Football League's a good comp, and for them to be in second division is a great performance. having just been alive for 12 years. Free kick out of the centre. Hasn't had a big day today, but he goes for the big barrel. There's Chambers. That is a monster kick. Goes well inside defensive 50, but cleared out by St Mary's again around the outer side. Bouncing ball towards the boundary. And it's taken over the line by Kane Emery, who, as I've said a few times, has been Hawthorn Citizens' best player and in contention, even though his team's well down on the scoreboard by 58 points, to win best on ground for the £15 Cafe, one of our new sponsors today. Loose ball out to Corelli again. Guess who? And he just threads a little hand pass through traffic. Running on the outside, Thomas now. Thomas arches the back and has a couple of bounces. Kicks his team towards half forward. Looking to meet at his curve. He doesn't quite get there. Spills to the back to Grummett. Gets the hand pass out. And the Hawks kick towards the wing on the outer side once more. Now they look to drive through Croker to half forward. Mariner under pressure. Hasn't had a great day today. He's taken in a tackle as he went to grab the footy. The umpire said he was tackled immediately. Didn't have a chance to dispose of it. It'll be thrown up near the scoreboard on the Woodards Real Estate Manningham scoreboard. A 58-point lead. A major sponsor, of course, Provins Mitre 10. Mighty helpful Provins Mitre 10. Tap down again. Close to the boundary. We're looking for a mark of the day. I think Finn Bromwell might be a chance for that for the seafood station. Mark of the day. For the freshest Australian seafood in Melbourne, we cater for all your needs. The boundary throw-in. Big fist by the Hawks. That was getting that one down and doing pretty well to make a bit of advantage was Bromwell. And eventually the ball lands in the middle of the ground and they will clear again towards half forward, but the defence solid. It's been solid all day by St Mary's. Players on his own. And should take the mark. This is Jesse Lambert. Handballs at close quarters to Stevens. Stevens just behind the wing. Couldn't take the mark was Boskovsky. Goes to ground and it spills to the back. And picked up at the back by Little. And he's not able to get, Zimmerman I should say. He's eventually able to find a target in Perry. Perry marking behind the wing. Lowers the eyes, half distance pass. Grummett, one of their best. Talented cricketer as well with Carey. Was playing in the first this year in Year 10 and plays in the first for footy in Year 10. Getting up way too high, trying to take a mark for St Mary's was Brodie Little. And the free kick will go to the Hawks. And it'll be Hicks. He kicks inside 50. Long ball, getting back, almost a good mark. Last line of defence for the St Mary's side in Ty Kitchell. He was backtracking. It would have been an outstanding mark off hands in the end for a behind. It's courtesy of the seafood station. 5-2-32 to 12-17-89. Thomas loping out of defence. Kicks it long to the outer side for St Mary's. Ball goes to ground after the attempted mark wasn't complete. Comes out again to, and that's a nice kick from Wheatley. And lunging forward and completing the mark as he lowered the eyes as Mariner. Left of centre half forward. So it's a 57-point lead, 12-17-89 to 5-2-32. See if Mariner can kick this goal. And he might have snuck it in. No, he hasn't. It's gone across the face for a behind. So it's 56 points. Got 9 minutes remaining. 5-3-33 to 12-17-89. Josh Corelli, a big chance to win our best on ground for £15. But St Mary's have had a lot of stars today. Dean being another. Blake Johnson as well. Into play. That kick finds the target of Dean. It came from the boot of Brodie Little. Dean now looking to switch into the middle of the ground. Getting up. That would have been our mark of the day. Almost taken, but not able to hang on to it was Jason Alinde. He did a good job to bring it to ground. Now it's picked up and hooking it around the body is Charlie Seraphin. Seraphin does well and getting out of the contest with that pace. He kicks towards half forward. Bouncing ball goes to the back of the pack. Just trying to pick it up. It's a shot at goal here for St Mary's. They're getting back last line of defence and the Hawks have a chance to clear. Rommel got it. He had a couple of fumbles, picks it up, but there's no one there to clear it for the Citizens, and a comfortable mark taken for St Mary's by Jesse Lambert, who then fires on goal and misses everything. Croker played on that representative side as well. That's a bullet, that kick. to half back on the outer side. Brommel, high ball towards the wing. Almost an intercept mark. Going to ground. Lampert got a hand pass out on the outside. Taken by Stevens. Kicks towards half forward. He lowers the eyes. Again, the Hawks working manfully. They get a hand pass out from the hands of Charlie Hicks. Still in the middle of the ground. So it'll be thrown up on the wing. 12-17-89 to 5-3-33. Margin 56 points. Dean floats a hand pass on the inside. His teammate was taken in a tackle but managed to get the hand pass out, and that is a Minde, but the umpire says that he didn't dispose of it correctly. Free kick to the Hawks. Kicks inside 50. Bouncing ball goes to the back of the pack. Little gets back for St Mary's and then does well to trap it. Goes to ground, emerging with it, Perry. Hooks a left footer for the Hawks, and that's a nice kick and finds a target. Mariner gets out in front. Good candidate for mark of the day for the seafood station. Good contested mark under the pump. Got in the right position, arched the back a little bit and hung on to it. 5-3-33 to 12-17-89. And he's kicked the goal and the margin out to 50, or back to 50 points. In the AFL today, the big news was the Gold Coast Suns have won 2 in a row and 2 big scalps, 2 Sydney Swans and Fremantle. Got the Bulldogs next week. If they win that, well, they'll be right in the mix to maybe feature in the finals. And this is what we've been waiting for ever since they joined the competition back in 2010. Let's not get too excited. They knock off the Dogs next week. They'll probably knock them out of finals contention and give themselves a chance. 50-point lead. Back in the middle of the ground. Closing stages of this game. Cohen beaten. Chambers in for shoot. Again, has so many opponents to beat. Dean does well to allow Stevens through. Taken in a tackle. Misses the target of Dean. Picked up by Wheatley. He floats a kick inside 50. That was almost a great mark to Perry backing back. It was a finger-tipping breaker. One of those sort of balls that was described by Rex Hunt that nearly got him into trouble every time he mentioned it. There was a few certain adjectives that if he said it too quickly could have got himself into diabolical trouble. St Mary's will get a free kick, and taking that free kick will be Aminde. He's had a good second half. He drives it long towards the wing on the outer side. Seraphin's there, does well, but 2-on-1 against. Eventually the Hawks will win possession. Floating hand pass on the inside and receiving it and trying to drive his team long. Not able to do it on this occasion was Little. And eventually they do get a boot to ball. And St Mary's have the numbers. At half-back, number of players work hard to try and keep it inside, attacking 50. I reckon the Hawks did well. 1-on-3 against then. And on the bottom of the pack, coming up with it is Connor Finnan for St Mary's. Involved in the contest for the Hawks was Charlie Hicks. Tapped down again. Hurried boot comes out of the pack for St Mary's. Bouncing ball to the wing. Attacking the other way, it's Croker. He wanted to win the footy. He tried to break the tackle, he couldn't. And now they can set things up as they weave their way through half forward. Little left foot kick. Came from Jet McNaughton again, but once more the defence pretty solid. Brommel gets back and gets it now to the tall figure of Mackay. Oh, he loses the bounce. He was a bit casual about it, young Mackay. Then he gets a hand pass on the outside to Grummett that misses the target as well. Comedy of errors. Now he floats a little kick on hands and knees. Missing the hand pass is Wheatley, and they completely botched that one. And a chance to clear through Lambert of St Mary's. Got it in the middle of the ground. Getting on the end of it is Seraphin. Kicks to half forward. Picking it up is Corelli, who was at ground level. Hooks a kick out the back. Kirby, great hands. And there is the man kicking the goal. And Boskowski's old man will be happy about that as he just drives it home along the ground. And a good goal for St Mary's late in the game. That's terrific work by them as once again they turned it over as their work and their ability to get back behind the play and two-way running has been superb today. 13-17-95 to 6-3-39, margin 56 points on the Woodards Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard. Corrali, another score assist. And I think he deserves to win best on ground for £15 Cafe. It'll be thrown up in the middle. Free kick. Oh, they don't have 6, 6 and 6. But how can they have 6, 6 and 6 if the Hawks have only got 17 on the ground? Right. Okay. They needed to have another defender down there. So they've called that. So Avery, he emerges from the contest, wins the clearance, kicks the Hawks to the outer wing. Thomas, he was held on to as he tapped the ball in front, will get the free kick, and he just kept running. That's great play to the advantage. Handball's on the outside. Taken now by Dean. High kick inside 50. No mark taken. Corrali at the drops there again. Have a look at him. Fleet-footed. Gets out of tackles on the left. Kicks towards the teeth of goal. The Hawks have the numbers. They fist it down, but they can't clear the area. Picked up again. Good little hand pass, Paskovsky. Got it out now to his teammate who's absolutely wrapped up in a tackle. But there's going to be a free kick for holding the ball against Dean in the blue boots. And the man that'll grab that free kick and try and clear for the Hawks on this occasion is Stanby, and he finds a target at half back. It'll be Grummett. Wobbly ball, Grummett, and Chambers takes the mark. The finger breakout lands luckily in his lap. Chambers kicks it high towards half forward, getting out the back. Mariner, mark of the day for the Fish Station. Great mark under the pump. That was an outstanding mark. Margin 56 points. A minute remaining in the fourth quarter. He stabs it low and flat into the pocket. That's good footy. Well done, Mariner. And he gets the result they need. A chance for a shot at goal. And this is Hicks, who's had a reasonable last quarter. Slightly right of centre half forward on about a 20 to 25 degree angle. We're inside the last minute. Be nice for them to get another goal. They haven't stopped trying. They didn't score in the third quarter. They've kicked 2 goals so far in the last. And Hicks's shot is fading across the face. And it's knocked away towards the outer forward pocket down at the Ivanhoe end near the scoreboard. And it goes out of bounds. So 20 seconds remaining. 6-3-39 to 13-17-95 on the Woodards Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard. G'day to Stasi Adjamis and his team. Provins Mitre 10, mighty helpful Provins Mitre 10, our major sponsor today. Dying stages of this game, going to be a good win for St Mary's, who are playing well with a lot of talented youngsters in this team. And there's the siren. Good win of St Mary's. Hawthorn Citizens undermanned again, but battled manfully, especially in that last quarter after being scoreless in the third. They did not turn their toes up. They kept at it. But St Mary's, with 30 scoring shots to 9, find a way to have a good win. 13-17-95 to Hawthorn Citizens 6-3-39 on the Woodards Real Estate of Manningham scoreboard. Now, our goal of the day for the Grange Meat Company, and remembering that the Grange Meat Company is just down the road in Elphington on a Grange Road. Excellent quality, excellent service. Visit in store at 178 Grange Road, Elphington. And our goal of the day will have been some outstanding goals. And I think there was a brilliant goal kicked by Dean early in the day where he swiveled out of a couple of tackles. He stood firm and he just blasted it home. So number 6 for St Mary's, William Dean. Sounds like an actor, doesn't it, from way back in the 1950s and 60s. And great name that. And he also is a great footballer and was named in that representative side earlier in the year. So he wins our goal of the day for the Grange Meat Company. Our mark of the day, I think Mariner's mark at the very end, there were some good ones, but he was under the pump, and it was a really good contested mark for Hawthorn Citizens. Tommy Mariner wins the Seafood Station mark of the day. For the freshest Australian seafood in Melbourne, we cater for all your needs. And £15 serves specialty coffee by Reverence's Breakfast and Lunch from their gorgeous cafe in Fairfield, just down the road from the YJFL headquarters at Ford Park. So get the £15 to, as I say, serve the specialty coffee. And for the best on ground today, I think it's pretty clear that Josh Corrali, who his speed from the contest, his ability to win his own footy, and then make sure that when he got footy on the outside that he set things up. He was at most contests, front and square, and the ball came inside 50 when there were some long balls coming in. Also there for the stoppages. I thought he was outstanding today. So thanks to 15 pounds, a brand new sponsor. As I say, you can go and get the best breakfast and lunch and the best coffee from their gorgeous cafe in Fairfield, just down the road from the YJFL headquarters at Ford Park. And Augustus Gelateria, another great sponsor of ours as part of the Yarra Junior Football League. Thanks to Campbell, thanks to Izzy, thanks to Reese for being here a bit earlier, Joanne for all their very hard work today, and also Aidan and the team here at the Yarra Junior Football League. We'll get some interviews now, post them on our Facebook page. We hope young Tim's from the Camberwell Sharks Football Club. That match was called off earlier today when he suffered what looked like a severe neck injury. He's going to be okay. We wish him all the best, and congratulations to all the teams again for playing some great footy in the Yarra Junior Football League. We'll catch you next week. There's an under-8 carnival here next week, and then an under-9 the following week here at Ford Park. So we'll be at Koonung Park in Bulleen, and plenty of football on. So we look forward to your company then. Get your game face on.